Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday night. Hope we're all going well. Hope we're all ready for another round. Who knows? Is it going to be more carnage? Or are we actually going to get a fairly solid weekend without too much happening, except for some good scores? So we'll find out. But hope we're all going well. Hope we're ready for the round. Fletchy says, yo, how you going, Fletchy? Hope you're going well. Why is that not playing? Thank you. Alexander, hey, Bales, trading in Nick Dacos and putting the VC on him. Also have Whitfield and Houston in this. Yeah, don't mind that. So anyone that missed it from before, my trades this week, I have gone Zorko. So Rosie to Zorko, and I've gone Bergman to Whitfield at the moment. So few people saying, how come you jumping on Whitfield? He's got the bye next week. The way I looked at it was I didn't want to pay up for both Zorko and Josh Dacos, I mean. So, like, Josh Dacos priced at 107, Zorko like 114 or so. I'm happy to jump on Zorko because the run coming up, but I didn't want to pay overs for two. I think one's okay, but two probably not as much. So I want to go for someone I find a bit more value. I can't get Watkins. That would put me down to 20 players this week, which I could still do, right? But I'd still have over $1 million in the bank, and I just don't know if I can continue to carry $1 million for weeks. Otherwise, I'll just fall too far behind. So, and Whitfield, I don't have Ash, I don't have Sinclair, I don't have Philippo or Windhager or any of these other guys. So I'm fine on the buy. I've only got Flanders as my only 22 guy next week, so I'm happy to take on one more and be only two. And then it also gives me the flexibility to jump on Nasiah post the buy and not have to get Whitfield and Nasiah in. So I'll get one this week, buy, and get another one because there's likely going to be other guys I want post the round 4 buy, and I won't be able to get them all. So I want to get one now, even though I'll wear the buy next week, and we'll see how it goes. That's my thinking behind that, and we'll see how it goes. I've been pretty keen on it most of the week. I was going to go Marshall, but when he got injured, obviously I couldn't go him anymore. So I could go Marshall next week as well. So, Swish Beat says, Buzz, is it bad to go Rosie to Josh Dacos, track to Myers with 0k left in the bank? No, not at all, because you're going, no, they're fine. They're fine. I'd tick those two off, and you'd be very happy with Myers last night. Fletchy said, finally, we are waiting. Sorry, mate, just with the pod finishing a bit later, just had to do a few things. That's why I don't like doing the Friday night watch-longs, but Crows last night, could do one tomorrow night, but I thought we'll do one tonight. Answer more of your questions with plenty more games still to come in the round. Karen, evening all. I have Fonty playing tonight. Hope he goes well. Yeah, a few people might have Fonty. Let me know in the comments, guys, who you guys have got playing tonight. I've got Whitfield, Houston. Is that it? Yeah, just Whitfield and Houston. They're the only two tonight. So just the two defenders. So, yeah, hopefully both of those boys can go well. Thoughts on Wilmot and Logan Evans? Yeah, Wilmot's just awkwardly priced. I just couldn't jump on him. He's a good draft player. I've picked him in a number of draft leagues, and they've got a good run. But Zorko's still the main guy back there. Just don't think it's a classic pick for me personally. Logan Evans obviously had a good score last week, but yeah, 562. I'd arguably want to see it again. Like, you can jump there, but I don't know. It's risky. If you want to jump on, you could. Hasn't been someone we've spoken about much, but yeah, I'm not sure. Probably not for me, but if you want to go there, you certainly can. You might be someone that we look at next week. But there's just a few Port guys back there. I don't think he's going to be the number one guy back there or anything like that. What do we got? Lee Everett, cheeky Nick Dacos versus or stick with Sheeswin Butters. Dacos VC. I've got Sheesl at 1, Butters at 3, Dacos at 6. So I'd probably want Sheeswin to Butters, but either or is a good option. But based on my my rankings, I'd go Shees and Butters. Ben Hayes, hi Bales, didn't mean to be mean to you. I was talking about the guy in the chat saying Dacos is out. I honestly don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see. Did you put a comment in or something? I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure. But anyway, Max says, filthy about the Crows game last night. Saw more than 5 incorrect boundary calls that should have gone our way. Oh, mate. We'll get into that. We'll actually talk about it during the game, but yeah, that'll get me angry. Do you think Pakistan to Josh Dacos and Rosie to Holmes? Yeah, I like those, Tim. Tick from me. Good trades. I love Tamora says, you think Whitfield will score more than Josh Dacos the rest of the season? I do. Yes, I do. I think they will. I think I'll get Whitfield too. I was getting Josh Dacos, Whitfield over Ash. I'd go Whitfield over Ash for the value. Yep. DJ Sanfarall must be disposable, not accidental contact over the line to be free kick. AFL stuffed it again. Yeah, agreed. I want to see Collingwood smash this. Karen, Ellison, we might be all grabbing Steen next week. Craig said he'll be in the centre bounces tonight. Yeah, exactly. Could be someone we look at next week for sure. Ella, should we VC Dacos? Yeah, he's an option. Yep, for sure. We've got obviously a couple minutes before the game starts, but you can definitely VC him, right? I got him at number 6. So, yep. Ralph Ackland, I've Dacos, Houston, and Fonte tonight. Yes, good. I like those 3. Hopefully Fonte can go well for you again and continue that cash gen. Ash, Dacos, and Houston for me, says DJ. Ralph Ackland said, thoughts on getting Cook from Petrarca and getting Bailey Smith from Winnie next week? I think you've missed Cook. He's going to be like 500k next week. I think you've missed him if you don't have him. Bailey Smith, you could. He's expensive, but he looked good again last night in the Q&A because guy was saying Dacos are laid out. Oh, Ben, no, it's all good. I honestly couldn't remember what the comment was, but it's all good. I've forgotten about it, right? I don't even know what it was, so all good. Mark Bessel went Rosie and Stringer to Holmes and Watkins. Leaves me enough next week to go Petrarca to anyone to Bont and Miller. Yeah, I like that. Yep, good trades there. Couple of unique ones there, Mark, but I like it. Ben, I have Houston and Whitfield. I started Whit, so it's been painful, but I think he'll stand up for sure. Yeah, I can't... Surely he's not going to average like... wait, what's this? Hang on, 2 seconds. All good. Tim says, Bowles, I'm playing you this week in my league. I'm Cats fan and you Crows fan. It's called Timber Cats. Oh, good, Tim. We'll see how it goes. We are about to get underway here. Apparently, Oscar Steen is starting first ruck in the first centre bounce. Because I've missed Cook, thoughts on getting Murphy Reid for track and getting 1-2 lines was to win his unique option. They have a great run and Dunkley rats up tackles. Yeah, potentially you could look at doing that for sure. So we are about to get underway. Friday night footy. We've got the Pies and the Giants. Should be a good game, this one. There's the goey. There's Houston. So Houston nearly touch. There's Pendles. Probably go for almost for goal here. It's a good mark from Membry. And he'll be lining up for goal. Ella said, thoughts on Miller given 4 DPP? Yeah, you could launch early. He's played, 3 games already? And he's very likely to get forward status from here. So you could go early. He's not as expensive as some other options. So, yeah, I think you can. Very annoyed with the laid-outs having Marshall and Dawson as well as Rosie and Petrarca, says Ben. Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Tough week. I actually traded into Caldwell last week, says Ben. Yeah, I thought Caldwell would still be a good option. Hopefully he goes better. Membry kicks first goal of the game, so Collingwood on the board. King Bells, how are we, mate? Says Dylan. No, good, mate. Good. Caught up with Jake on, what was it, Friday night? Thursday night? Friday night last week with the Doggies Crows game. We're talking about the whole, saying the comment in the chat, and then me not saying it, and then everyone going in saying, oh, heck, you can't be saying that to Jake, and who are you, but not realising you're his cousin. So I think I missed it last week. Dylan called Jake a vlog in the live chat. Everyone was like, what the hell's going on? But Dylan is Jake's cousin, and Jake from Hat Chat, so it was quite funny. And I wouldn't say he's a vlog, so it's quite funny from last week. But no, Dylan going well, mate. Jay Such, trying to find value. I've gone track to Horn Francis, knowing that forward status coming in a few weeks. Yeah, don't mind that, mate. Here's Nick Dacos, first disposal of the game. Gets the clearance. There's Ash with the tackle on Schultz. And getting Ashcroft for Rosie, liking the run as well, knowing he'll be around top 20. Looking at Philippou to Moore and Parrish to Toot next week, barring injuries and bullets. Yeah, don't mind that. That's not a free kick against Ash, is it? Oh, no, it's against Fonte for high, so that tackle won't count for Ash, I don't think. It says -3 for Ash on the screen there. Don't be alarmed, anyone. That's a Fonty free against, so that won't be against Ash. That he'll still be on 0. So, will be interesting to see how Zach Butters is managed by West Coast this week. Yeah, exactly. It'd be something to watch. Schultz and another guy for Collingwood. Kicked a couple early. What a shit free pass, says Tom. It's a little bit soft, yeah. You could arguably say it was, you hit him on the shoulder, but yeah. Oh, well, it's Collingwood, right? So, mate, we're talking about umpires. I don't want to get into it like last night. It just, the umpires, and I know that, right, I'm not going to blame the umpires for the Crows losing last night, right? Because the expected score, I think, was like Geelong 118 to Crows 52 or something. So they should have really won by a lot more than what they did. But in saying that, the fact that it was 2 points, the margin, and it was out of bounds by Atkins clearly, and they didn't look at it when they showed before in the game they were going to look at it. Okay, the other one before, I don't think they really should have reviewed it because I don't think it was for the Crows. But they did, so they set the precedent, but then they didn't follow through with it at a more important time in the game. So, yeah, I don't get it. That the arc's in there for a reason. So there's a Josh Dacos handball. Did he hit his head on the ground? It's a bit slow to get up, Josh Dacos, at the moment. Here's Gothard. And it's a goal to Gothard. I'm just watching for Josh Dacos there because he hit his head on the ground like it whipped. Then he was just slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay. Like the new layout, Bale says, NJ the best. I'm assuming that's Nicky Joe. Mate, thank you. Appreciate that, mate. GWS are going to get destroyed, says Elizeno. Did you end up getting Whitfield, says NJ? Yeah, I did, yeah. Anyone tipped GWS? No, I went Collingwood. Wait till Collingwood go to Chip Motors Lee. Cophammer just about gave up fantasy this year last week. Copped every single day injury possible. Yes. Oh, no, yeah, Josh Dacos is off at the moment. He's holding his elbow. He's going down the rooms as well. Oh, jeez. Josh Dacos into the rooms. Jeez, he got tackled by Gothard, I think, and it was almost like a whiplash. Hopefully he's okay. I don't know if it's a shoulder injury or if it's a head knock. I don't know. There's Nick Dacos for a +5. Got the mark and the handball. There's Ashy. There's Whitfield. Handball. First touch for Whitfield. Good. Ash gets it again. Not the best kick. Right in between two giants. There's Pendles. Gives it to Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos started fairly well. Got a few touches of the ball early. Gothard got caught down by McCreary. Here's Nick Dacos again. Got the handball away. Oliver, here's Whitfield. No, didn't get to him. The ball bounced just away from him. Is that going to be out of bounds on the full? Or was that marked to Darcy Cameron? No, they've paid it to Darcy Cameron. I wasn't sure if that went out of bounds on the full, but Gothard was a big miss. Should have started him around once. Yeah, I wish I started him over Gallup. That was the play. He was like 30k cheaper, and he had the later buy, which worked better. Like you could have got a few more weeks of cash and then trade him, right? But Gallup was only going to play a week. It was a silly move by me starting Gallup over him, but yeah, Gothard goals a gun. Yeah, he's a good player, Ziggy, for sure. Dust Cameron's hit the post. That's a poster. That's hit the post. But Dave Roden's in like the worst angle. Yeah, he's... Oh, geez, that looks like... Is that a collar? That couldn't be a collarbone, could it? Like, Josh Dacos has hit his head really hard. He's holding his... like, muscle? Or... I don't know. That was a hard tackle. It definitely hit the post. They have ultra edge, but you can see it deflect, so... What trades do you do this week? Bale says Figsy. So I went Rosie to Zorko, and I went Bergman to Whitfield at the moment. What's going on with these injuries, says NJ. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, right? So here's a Whitfield kick in. The injuries are just ridiculous this year. Like, it's just... Can't get a reprieve, right? Hopefully Josh Davis is okay and comes back on the ground, but far out. That could be another bloody injury we've got, and it's the second game of the round. Here's Riccardi. That's going to go nearly through for a goal. Here's Gothard again. Got the handball away. Good hands. Gothard, no, got 2 handballs there. Smothered by Perryman. Injury curse, says Ben. Oh, it's ridiculous. Imagine Dacos out of the game, Bale, says Lee. I hope not. And I don't own him, but I don't want to see injuries to anyone, because I know exactly how it feels when I have an injury, right? And just because I don't have someone... I know, obviously, people that don't own Dacos will probably be like, oh, there's something there, but I'd much prefer every player to be fit and playing. There's Nick Dacos again, getting another couple of kicks, so he started on fire. Just couldn't bring him in. I'd have one less this week, but he started very well. Gothard started well as well. Umpires are blind, says Karen. I want to see teams put more pressure, effort into Dacos like Nasai. There you go. Josh is on the bench. He looks okay. Having a bit of a drink at the moment, talking with McRae. You'd think if it was serious, he'd still be in the rooms, right? So he looks to be okay. There's Leak. Oh, that's not a great handball. There's Ash. Oh, geez, you almost ran too far there. Ash just got a handball. And Gothard got the handball. No, yeah, he did. Did he get a tackle there as well, maybe? There's Oliver. Gee, it's a spiral. No, behind. Josh Dacos cooked. You're kidding. Says something. No, looks like he's okay. Looks like he's on the bench, having a drink. Hopefully comes back on. Why is Darcy Moore on kick-ins? And there's Riccardi with the mark. Went track to Myers. Rosita Zorko, says Ben. Yep, like those trades. Jacos scorched me last year. Why did I fall for it again, says Has. No, it looks like he's okay, right? So let's just see. Hopefully he comes back on. Looks okay. Only semi-positive is his best 18. This Gothard kid has got away from me for Fresh Prince Oz. Yeah, he's got away from all of us, unfortunately. And behind for Riccardi. Houston kick in. I need Dovson to go on a tear this week. I went Dov over Gothard purely based on pre-season. Oh, they both play small forward roles, right? One had a bye, one didn't. And not like Gothard set the world on fire. So I can understand why we didn't go there, right? It's just one that unfortunately just got away from us. He just didn't have that big pre-season score that we wanted. Is Murdoch injury being given timeline? I don't think so. I'm assuming it'll be up to within 4, 5, 6 weeks. Oh, Lockie Ash. Good mark there. Takes the mark. Is this Whitfield next? No, Harvey Time. I think Whitfield's on the bench. He normally comes to the bench after about 5 or so minutes into the quarter. So he should be on the bench now. Might still affect his scoring. We'll see. We saw that what happened to Bruin last night after that nose. Yeah, agreed. Yep. What else have we got? Bales, you follow the NBL Adelaide playing now, says Ben. Yeah, they're playing the finals. I don't follow it closely, right? But obviously want Adelaide to win, so hopefully they do. There's side bottom. Kicks it to Fonte. Fonte's had an okay start, hadn't he? Ash up to 15 as well. Intercepted by Moore. Here's Houston again. They see what I mean? Like Moore looked for Houston straight away and gave the handball, and Houston great kick. Like this role is real from Houston. They clearly want the ball in his hands. Jay Sutsman, signs were there for Gothard, third year rookie, 230k, finally got a crack and high draft pick. Yeah, they were. I know. It's frustrating that we missed it, but here's Ash again. Another +6, so Ash up to 21 now. So Ash has started very well. again. Nicky's a must-have. Bales just wants the ball constantly, says Lee. Yeah, he just wants it at every opportunity. And here's Toby Green. So he should line up for goal from here. Whitfield just come back on, which is good. Just saw that. Ash on the bench. Ash has started well. Dacos thirst is unbelievable. He loves it, says Dylan. Oh, yeah, mate, he does. Damon, praise the Lord. Dacos hopefully looks all right. Hopefully low contact and some cheap +6 for the game. Yep, agreed. Rob Seaver, my throwaway last pick player, my starting squad was Gothard just to fill that forward spot looking good. Oh, exactly. Yeah, very, very nicely done, mate. He's been a great pick if you started him. Nick Dagos being a pig right now, legit wants footy every time. Yeah, agreed. Def looking at bringing in Nick next week, says Ben. Dagos VC looking good early on, says Elizeno. Yep, still plenty of the game to go, so we'll see. And if he gets off to an absolute flyer, there's a chance that they put attention to him after. So hopefully he keeps going for you guys, but just we'll have a look. Maynard kick in here. Is Houston short in the pocket? He was, but Maynard's just gone longer. There's Nick again. Got the handball. That'll be a free kick to GWS, I think. Yep. Not starting Ash over Whitfield is rage bait, says Ben. Yeah, Ash has been pretty bloody good, hasn't he? Houston legit benefiting from more in. Love to see it. Yeah, exactly. Right. And he's short here again. Frampton's gone long. That's annoying. But I also got Whitfield. We're in this together, says Dylan. Yeah, hopefully he scores. I'm just looking for a ton would be nice. Obviously, a big score like a 120 would be ideal with the bye, but he's a season-long keeper that I'm fine jumping on. It is what it is, what he scores, right? I was looking a lot at Nasiah. I just thought the easier run coming up for Whitfield would be better to have him. Nasiah has a high break-even and a tougher matchup, so it just made more sense to go him over Naz, but I was considering both of them a lot this week. So is JD back on, says Tim. Not just yet, I don't think. Ash is way better than Whitfield last season. This season, I'm not sure Whit is the top 6 defender. I think the top 6 are almost set. I think it's not in order. I think it's Nasiah, Sinclair, Ash, Whitfield. There's a Nick Dacos tackle, sorry. Who are the others? Zorko and Josh Dacos. I think they're the top 6. Houston could be there near there as well. There's Whitfield with a handball. There's Fonte with a kick. The thing that's been missing a lot for Whitfield so far this year is the +6s. Like, he's still getting the ball, but it's just the +6s he's missing. Is that a free against Dacos because it was last touch? No, it still counts a handball, but it's just Lasso's just the ball just gets given back to the other team. So just think of it as a kick and it's been intercept marked. So there goes the shooting score from Jacos. Please hit your break even, says Haz. I wouldn't rule that out just yet. Josh Dacos still got plenty of time to score points. It's a pretty good kick from O'Halloran. If that goes all the way, not touched. Thoughts on last disposal rule, Bale, says Dylan. I like it when it's paid correctly, but I also think that it could be something that's used across the whole ground, because if a defender kicks it away and it goes out of bounds, but they're just trying to look for space, or, like we've seen how many times a game when a forward kicks the ball to try and get it as far as possible, and then it goes out of bounds in the pocket. It happened like 5 times to John last night. I feel like that would be almost a better use of the last touch rule. If it goes out in like the pocket, just give the free to the defender, right? Because like if you guys are not like trying to say it, right, I know that they've brought it in for in between the arcs, but I feel like it'd make a bit more sense the whole ground. But it's the rule we've been given. It was badly interpreted last night. Should have been a free kick to Zach Taylor, I think it was, but it wasn't. So oh well. Josh Dacos come back on now, says Tommy, which is good for those that got Josh Dacos. Give the handball to Whitfield. Give the handball to Whitfield, Callahan. Good. Whitfield gets another. Whitfield's been having a few handballs so far this game. I think the only kick he's had was the kick in. Punched away. Oh, Houston missed that one. There's Hannaford for his first disposal, I think. And that'll be out of bounds on the full. You scared of Witt not having a ceiling, says Max. Potentially, but he's still the same player, right? It's just Ash is getting a lot more of it at the moment. So, still 8 minutes to go. Whitfield's already had his break, so I'm not too concerned just yet. Whitfield's the sort of guy that can get 50 points in a quarter, but I would like to see a little bit of chipping from the players. There hasn't been a lot so far. It could be holding the ball. Fonty tackle. Josh Daigos looking to come back on now, so should come back on in a sec. Oh, Ash is back on, which partly is annoying, but if he kicks it to Whitfield here, give it to Whitfield. Yes. Whitfield, watch out. Got the handball away just, but another handball for Whitfield, so it still hasn't been kicking it. Oh, McStay. Oh, geez, that's dangerous to just dribble it there. Goal for Collingwood. Why is a possible sin score gone for Josh Daicos? I missed that. Because he went off injured to start the game, Rob. That was why. I've had Witt since round one, watched him very closely. He plays way too far at the ground, doesn't get involved in the +6 in the back line like he used to. I'm trading him on his bye. He's in the top 6, says Elizeno. Well, I hope that's not the case, right? Because I'll just trade him in. Come on, get Josh Daicos back on, says Kobe. He come back on now. Agreed, mate. I forgot about the Crows one last night. Sorry, mate. Oh, no, all good, all good. Went off injured. He's still at the top on the app. Tommy, I think they'll make it last session all over the ground for next season, is my guess. It's been a success, and I haven't found many who hate it. I like it. They just need to pay it properly. Dylan James Bales, I've watched all Giants games this year, and I've noticed Whitfield is playing more close-up handball game style, and Ash is the one kick it long. I feel like it's just what the positions he's been getting into at the moment. Of course, we'd like him a bit more in defence, but with 100k wins in the forecast for a game, could we see the record broken for longest goal? You doing a watch-along? For this game, so there's a tackle for Whitfield, which is good. If he can add a few tackles there, there's a handball for Ash. Fonty. Here, Whitfield could get it here. Thomas, give it to Whitfield. Why have they gone to Hannaford for? Why would you not go to Whitfield there? Like, why would you go to the young player that's got someone on him under pressure? Stupid. With 100k wins forecast for a game. Oh, yeah, I said it before from Kobe. We could. Thoughts on Dillamore next week for Gallup for value, says Figsy. Yeah, someone I'm looking at for sure, depending on if we get forced trades and what we've got to do, but someone I'm looking at. So, almost a mark for Darcy Cameron. There's another tackle for Whitfield. I'm assuming that'll be a tackle because that went into just open play. It got knocked away, so I'm assuming that that's a tackle. But there's a +6 for Josh Daicos. Could be another goal count for Collingwood. Membry, another goal for Collingwood. I think Whitfield got his second tackle. So Whitfield's up to 19. Considering he hasn't been huge, I'll take it. Still 6 minutes to go. He's had his break, so it's an okay start. I think he's had a couple of tackles if they counted that second one. Yeah, Whitfield got that second tackle added. The 4 handballs from 5 touches is slightly frustrating and no marks, but yeah. Dylan Moore, great pick. I think ever since the controversy in losing captaincy, his work ethic has gone through the roof. Yeah, agreed. And he's priced it in like the mid-80s, and I think he could be a top 6 forward there. So someone I'm definitely looking at. Started with Whitfield at the start of the season. I've been very disappointed. I hope he gets going, says V Dynamite. I think he will. Well, that's why I traded into him, right? Because I thought he'd get going. GWS don't kick to Whitfield anymore. He isn't the guy they always go to. That guy's Ash now. I feel like Ash does butcher the ball a little bit. Like, he's a very, very good player and he started the season amazingly well, but he does butcher it a little bit, Ash. Whereas I think Whitfield's a much better ball user. But yes, Ash at the moment is looking very much like the number one guy back there. But Ash and Whitfield have both been at average 100 in the same team. So, not saying just because Ash is going, well, here's Josh Daicos again, so he gets a kick. So a few disposals for Josh Daicos. And turn over to, I wouldn't mind a +6 here. Well, here's a handball to Ash. Wouldn't mind a +6 here for Whitfield somewhere. Harvey Thomas, that's not a great kick. Callahan. You got Whitfield. Callahan, Whitfield. Yes. Go Whitfield. Have a shot, mate. Good kick. Good kick to Callahan. Callahan started very well as well. Callahan's up to 11 disposals. Might be 12 if they haven't counted that. Need some bloody +6s, Ben. Low-key, Clary's playing well. Don't have him, just visually looks good. Yeah, he's playing well. Like, visually looks good, but he just won't be a consistent fantasy score, I don't think, for us. Mitch, is Jacobs the player that had 80 in a quarter last year? Need one of those quarters, says Mitch. Yeah, he was. Yep, and I owned him for that, and that was very, very nice. So, V Dynamite, thanks, Bales. His first, lol, just catching up. Did you just say you traded in Whitfield? Who are your other trades? Yep, so I went Rosie to Zorko, and I went Bergman to Whitfield were my 2 trades. Like new setup, by the way, Bales, says Max. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Here's Josh Dacos with a kick in. And I thought that was bloody Houston for a second, but it was Darcy Moore. About to say Dylan Moore then. There's Chris with a handball. Oh, and that was Ash's man that got the mark there. Membry. Bloody, it would just be nice if Giants could just get some intercept marks and chip around. I think Sam Taezer a big loss for them because he would normally take a lot of intercept marks and chip it short to guys like Whitfield and Ash and get the little chips chain started. I think Harvey Thomas has taken Whitfield's role in halfback, says Dylan. No, I don't think so. Nah, he's playing on a wing, Harvey Thomas. He just drifts back. So Harvey Thomas has done that 5 times tonight. He'll get a spray at quarter time. Yeah, he will. Whitfield has been better than a pass so far. Don't understand the haters. We all know Whitfield's ceiling capabilities. Yeah, great. And he can go big, right? It's obviously just got another guy alongside him that can also go big. I wouldn't mind another Collingwood miss here just for some kick-ins. No, another Collingwood goal. 5 goals, 1. Would be nice they said miss some so we get some kick-ins. Remember, he started well, though. He's up to 37. He's kicked 2 goals already? So, if you are tuning in live, though, as well, make sure you do smash a like on the video if you haven't already. And also subscribe as well. Getting towards 5K. I think we're just over 450 odd, I think, before we hit 5K. So, we're getting close. We're getting a few subscribers every day. So, appreciate everyone that continues to subscribe along. But if you haven't already, make sure that you do. Still got plenty more content on the channel. And we got about 5 minutes to go, just under 5 minutes to go, so still plenty of time for some more points. Darcy Moore's going down to the rooms now as well. Okay, that's interesting. There's Nick Dacos with a kick off the ground. That's out in the full. That'll be a Giants free kick. That'll be Laverty. Ash has got Whitfield short. Ash, you got Whitfield short, man. Piss off, man. Like, you bloody get all the ball and now you're not passing to your bloody teammate in Whitfield. Yeah, Giants just aren't looking to pass it at all. Really hope this wasn't a bloody mistake, me bloody getting Whitfield. They just don't want it. They just don't want to chip around anymore. Like, they're just trying to look to go forward. There's Josh Dales with a couple of handballs to his brother. There's Nick with a kick. There's an intercept mark for Himmelberg. Now, Himmelberg, go out to the wing. Oh, here's Ash again. My God, that's not a mark, though. He's got Whitfield short. Whitfield +6. Finally, Whitfield's first +6 of the game. That's a nice kick. That'll be a free kick against Maynard. Is it? No. No free kick. There's Josh Dagos. So Josh Dagos starting to get some points now. Working his way into the game after missing obviously a bit of the quarter with the injury. That's a free kick to Laverty. He's got the ball. He got his bloody head bloody punched. That'll be a free kick against Pendles. That should be holding the ball. I would love another +6 here for Whitfield. Now they're just going to go long again. Where is that from Callum Brown? Don't know who he was passing to there. There's a handball for Whitfield. There's Hogan. Oh, man, hold the ball up. That's not a good kick. Why are you kicking to your ruckman who really was the only guy there? Oh, Houston ran past the ball. Goal for Riccardi. Callahan, if he can be consistent, is great fantasy potential. Says Ben, yeah, great. I've got him in a dynasty league as well, so I hope so. I've just been very frustrated with Whitfield as an owner since round one. I think his sing scores are gone. He's now at 90 to 100 guy, says Elizondo. Well, he's on 30, right? So, he's the fourth highest scoring player in the game. He's only 3 points behind Nick Dacos the way this has started. So, looks like a hamstring for Darcy Moore. He pulled up after that kick. Could be a hamstring there. What's Houston on? We'll check Max at quarter time. But I think he's on around 20. Only real worry is that GWS lost best two key defenders. Expect Pies a lot of inside 50s marks from them and bulk intercept sessions than Witt and Ash usually expect. Darcy Moore cooked already. I think so, Tom. I think it's hamstring. I haven't seen Heath Short. Is he down in the rooms as well? I don't know where he is tonight. Henry could be watching the game from the ground or at home. Who knows? There's Toby Green with a kick. Oliver got the handball. And that'll be out of bounds. Bouch avoids Witt for +6s, Ben. I think it's just that the positioning. I don't think he ignores him. With Butters on standby as captain, what Dacos VC score is minimum? 110. 110. You've got to take over 110. That'd be what you're looking for. Giants about to get an all-time quarter spray here, says Tommy. Potentially. Stringer, was it a free kick to Collingwood? Yeah, against Toby Green, apparently for a throw. What we trades this week, Bale says Henza. Rosie to Zorko, Birdman to Whitfield for me. Good first quarter for your pickup, Bales. Yep, no, good so far, 30. I'm happy so far. Very true about Witt. He's a way better kick than Ash, says Ben. Oh, yeah, he is. He's a better kick going forward than Ash. Ash has obviously just started the season very, very well. And we got quarter time. Not bad from Witt, just needs more +6, says Ben. Yeah, it's only been the one so far, right? So if you can get more involved. Houston been on the bench, or says Lee. Yeah, he was on the bench for a little bit there. Watching Pies games more enjoyable, owning Nacos and frustrating for non-owners, says ZH. Oh, yeah, agreed. Yes, it's very frustrating. Frustrating for me watching Dacos go about his business. And the fact that Ash and Dacos are going very, very well and I don't have either is disappointing. Collingwood's juicy matchup, says Max, and that's why I went for Whitfield as well. Then he's got the bye, then he goes Richmond, so I went for that. Kingsley spray every week, says Ben. Is Josh back in, says Tim. Yeah, he is. Ash, the real deal, says Fresh Prince. Yes, he is for sure. Let's go through scores. All right, so what do we got here? So we've got Membry on 46, good for draft if you've got him there. Ash 37, dominating again. He's had, how many touches has he had? Had the 11 disposals. 11 disposals and 3 marks. So he's had more of the +6s. Nick Dacos, 34. So did he get just a +1 there? I think so. Oliver, 31. Whitfield, 30. So good start for Whitfield. Callan, 27. Callan's just, 9 handballs, 1 mark, no tackles. That's the only thing that's holding Callahan back is the fact he doesn't rack up marks and tackles, which doesn't get these ceiling scores, even though he's already had 12 touches, right? You're looking here, right? Like, for example, Whitfield's had 4 less touches, but he scored 3 more points, right? Nick Dacos just got a -3 for some reason. But like you could even say, like, Ash has had 1 less touch, but he scored 10 more points, right? So it's just a difference. But yeah, all right, so we'll keep going through the scores. Cogs, 25. Josh Dacos, 24. Considering Josh Dacos was off the ground for a lot, and he only played 53% TOG, to get a 24 in the first quarter is pretty good. So I think owners of Josh Dacos will be pretty happy with the way that he came back out and scored well. Oscar Steen's on 19. 7 hit-outs, so something to watch. If he's going to be their number 1 ruck, that could be the cash grab that we're looking for. That could be a Vicentini to Steen play next week, I think. So, DeGoey, 19, Pendles, 18. Houston, 17. I thought Houston's been a bit more involved than that. He's had the 6 touches, but just no marks, no tackles. But he'll be fine, I think. Gothard on 17 as well. Fonte, 17. What else we got? Briggsy's on 15. Hannaford's on 12. Toby Green's on 12. Darcy Cameron's on 10. That could be an issue for those that have got Darcy Cameron if this is going to continue. Because Steen's looked all right to start the game, and he's been a few years in the system. Leaks on 6 as well. And there you go. So they're the scores so far. But all in all, fairly happy with what Whitfield's done. So considering Whitfield, I think, has been quiet and he's on 30, I'll take that. So not a bad start. Hopefully keeps going. I need at least a ton from him this week, and preferably like a 115 plus 120 would be really, really ideal. But we've still got a long way to go. Can't stand Dacos, says Karen. Fair enough. Tim says, you don't hate me because I'm a Cats fan, do you? No, Tim. No, nothing against you, Tim. No, nothing against you. Would be interesting if there were no wrong answers this week. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, I know. Yep. That'd be interesting. We'll have to see. Elizeno, Ash just runs a lot more than Witt and gets into their positions. Again, this is because I've watched him in the first 3 rounds very closely and has been disappointing. Really hoping he can turn it around. Yeah, I hope so. We started okay. Like, considering he hasn't had many marks and he's on 30, I'll take it. So, Ash just, said it before. Cullen Fife, I brought in Whitfield. Was the bad idea choosing him over Josh Dacos because he has a bye coming up in Whitfield versus Sydney soon? No, I don't think it was, because Sydney coming up, I think Jordan will go to Finn Callaghan. And if they tag a half back, it's got to be Ash, right? Ash is the one that is the dominating one, and he's the one that got to shut down. So I think it would actually be Ash. Cameron, 65% tog and only one hitter isn't good news for owners. No, it's not. Nate got his kick back. Oh, did he? Yeah, he's backed up to 34. There you go. Bale's copying Lemon with his Whit trade in, says Sean. Oh, did Lemon bring in Whitfield as well? Interesting. Okay. Makes me feel better that a good coach brought in. Let me see. Content Creators Cup. Who brought in anyone from tonight? So, Jordox brought in Josh Dacos. Doesn't have Nick. I just want to see who's got who in the Content Creators Cup. Louis got Whitfield. There you go. Tom obviously had Ash from last week. So Louis went Whitfield as well. Okay. Holmesy went Whitfield. Vams went Geez, okay. I didn't expect there to be many people go Whitfield. I thought it was going to be quite a unique move. Okay, interesting. Holmesy's got Darcy Cameron. Guesty and Luke both went Josh Dacos. So no one's got Nick yet, from what I've seen. Lemon, there you go, Sean. Lemon did go Whitfield there. MJ already had Whitfield. I know that for a fact. Mitch and MJ both went Josh Dacos. MJ also has Nick Dacos. I don't know if he brought him in this week or already had him, but he has got the VC on him as well. Looks like Darcy Cameron's going to go in for the first centre bounce. Jordy got Josh Dacos. So only one Nick Dacos owner at the moment, which is MJ. Boz, I think, started with, who's Muhammad, I think he started Whitfield. Nathan went for Josh Dacos. And I think the final 2 matchups here. Harmy and Jep both went Josh Dacos. Jep also went Nick Dacos and put the VC on him. And Taezer went Josh Dacos and Nick Dacos. And then Jake didn't go either, I don't think. So there you go. So if a couple of people went Whitfield, maybe like 4 or 5. Didn't expect there to be as many. I thought it'd only be like... I honestly thought I might be the only... I thought maybe me and Holmesy might be the only... Because I know that Holmesy talked about it a little bit on the Moreira's Magic pod this morning that he was looking at Whitfield. So I thought maybe there could be 2 people that do it, but I didn't expect there to be like 5 or 6. But, well, it means at least it wasn't a crazy idea me going it. And a lot of those coaches didn't have Sinclair or Ash, right? So it was a bit easier to have him there. There's a tackle for Josh Dacos. He's up to 28 now. V Dynamite got in Rochelle week before and Holmes yesterday. My team's getting better with the injuries this season. Have been crazy. Wonder if we get a premium 22 by the end of the season. Yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see how many more injuries we continue to get week on week. There's McStay with a kick. Oh, gee, Schultz ran a long way there. Took a long time to get rid of it. And that'll be intercepted by Harvey Thomas. Is that a +6 for Whitfield? Yes. Yes, Whitfield. +6 for Whitty. Good. Stay back. No, stay back. He might actually get another one here, you know. Go back to him. Oh, this is brilliant. Get in, mate. Beautiful, Whit. This is what we know he can do, and we just need to see more of it. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. That's the Whitfield that I know and I've seen for a number of years. That's who I want to see and continue to see. No disposal for Whitfield there. Side bottom. No, straight to Whitfield. Whitfield handball. Whitfield, very good start to the quarter. Very good start. Here's Josh Dacos again. So Josh Dacos also had a pretty solid start to the quarter. Yep, a couple of touch effort. I just got caught holding the ball, Josh Dacos. So Stringer got him. Stringer, go back, mate. Go back. Where's Whitfield's there? Oh, Whitfield's there. Short. Oh, bloody Stringer goes long as well. Dagos 24 for 52% toggle take it, says Sean. Oh, exactly. He's got sock value for sure, but the buy says Sean. I'm sure you talk about Whitfield there, Sean. Yeah, he's got some value. Oh, yeah, he meant some value. Sorry, yeah, some value, but for sure, but the buy. Yeah, as I said before when I was talking about my trades and stuff, I went him because I didn't have any round 4 buy players besides Flanders. So I was fine to jump on him. But it's a good start. It's only the start though. There's just a cheap +6 for Nick Dacos there, just rolling to half back and just getting it there. Whitfield only 501 kick-ins, says DJ. Is that in his career? Our matchups going, says Tim. Bales, they were all listening to your Q&A, says Ben. Thoughts on my VCNC, Grill VC and the Blackstone. Hence, I don't think I'd be going those two, but hopefully they've been both put up some solid scores. I saw someone in the Patreon, I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, but someone from the Patreon accidentally had they for some reason left the C on McAndrew, which I thought was interesting. But the fact they went a 93 isn't an absolute disaster, which it probably could have, when you looked at it beforehand, you thought, crap, that's not good. There's a mark for Ned Long, kick for Josh Dacos as well. I usually like watching the game and coming in after a quarter is done, but when something happens, I have to get back on the stream for your reactions. Says Fresh Prince Oz. Fair enough. Come on, Whit, says Ben. Whitfield 12 points, says Calum. I'm thinking of bringing Bay Smith in for trap next week in Supercoach or Holmes, but Smith high ceiling, I think. Yeah, I think he's got the high ceiling in Supercoach as well, I think. You should have put the VC on Whit. I have it on Ash, says DJ. I've got my other trade in, which is Zorko for this week. So I didn't have Whitfield in my top 10 captains just because I was like, well, he hasn't had a good score yet this year, so I wouldn't trust him for the captaincy, but I brought him in hoping he'd put up a good score. What's happening with Houston? Just curious, says Dylan. I just haven't got amongst at the moment. I'm not too worried or too stressed. Houston getting ignored, says Lee. Houston not getting involved, says ZH. Yeah, not at the moment, he's not. Always had a string of Hawks fans, says Ben. Gave me nightmares. Remember, I think it was last season or season before when Jacos got sent to the mids, I think against Gelson, scored 70 in the quarter. Oh, that was against the Gold Coast. But yes, yeah, in the last quarter against Gold Coast, and he's had a massive quarter. Roy Thompson, do you rate Rosie to Zorko and Filippo to Ree, keeping track for one more week as he won't lose cash and Filippo will? Yeah, don't mind that. Yep. Yeah, tick from me. I don't understand the logic of getting Whitfield as a buy next week. Of Josh Dale's come off his buy. Sense, the way I look at it is for me is there's 3 reasons I went Whitfield this week over Josh Dacos. 4 reasons. 1, Whitfield has a really good run. 2, Josh Dales has a tough run coming up. 3, I don't have any round 4 buy premiums besides Flanders because Carroll's on my bench, so I can take on one guy. Here's Whitfield for a handball. Give back to Whitfield. Yep, Callaghan go back to Whitfield. Whitfield with a kick. So Whitfield's going really well now. And then the fourth reason is because I want Nasiah after the bye because he's getting cheap. I didn't want to have to get both Whitfield and Nasiah post-bye because then if both of them become options as well as someone else I don't currently have, I can't see me getting all three. There's a Houston kick, Josh Dagos kicks that didn't go 15. So that's the reason I went Whitfield there instead. The other reason as well is I didn't want to get both Danezor, who I think slightly overpriced, but I'm happy to get him because he's got a really good run coming up. And there's a handball for Josh, handball for Nick, another kick for Houston. I didn't want to get Zorko and Josh Dagos, who I think are both overs. Whereas I think Whitfield is slightly unders at 103. There's Harvey Thomas got another handball. Just ran into Whitfield there. There's Ash with a kick. Callaghan, go to Whitfield. Go to Whitfield. Go to Whitfield. Go short. No, Callaghan. What are you doing, man? I think Whitfield will come off for his break. Normally does about this time. Do you think Houston will fall off a bit with all the ins for the Pies, says Riley? No, I don't think so. It's only been a quarter. I'm not too stressed just yet. If he keeps going through and doesn't touch it, then I will be. But at the moment, he's fine. Tackle for Ned Long there. Oh, Pendles took the tackle off of Josh Dacos there. That was going to be a Josh Dacos tackle, but Pendles took it off of him. That's annoying. Josh Dacos up to 35 as well. Considering that of how much of the quarter he missed in the first quarter, the fact he's on 35, he's actually on 39. They actually gave him that tackle. I think they'll take that tackle away. They don't usually give the tackle to two players. I'd be shocked. I'd be surprised if they didn't, but I guess we'll see, right? That's Oliver is just down his haunch at the moment. There's a Houston +6. So Houston's had a few touches already in this quarter. Kingsley's not happy, I don't think. We'll kick to Riccardi there. I don't know if Whitfield... That's 50. That has to be 50. Most obvious 50. Oh my God, that's a 50. Every day of the week. Should have been a 50. I don't know how they haven't called that. Like, Riccardi's marked it and De Goey's just hit it out of his hand. It's 50. It's the most obvious 50 I've seen. I just thought it was just going to get paid. Okay, very interesting. Intercept by Frampton. Could Houston be short for a +6 here? There's Josh Dacos again for another +6. He's going along quite nicely at the moment, Josh. He's only 6 points behind Whitfield at the moment. I think Houston's on the bench at the moment. There's Nick with a couple of kicks. No, got a handball instead there. Schultz, no, smothered. It's Toby Green. That'll be ball up. Do you think Houston... Oh, no, I said it before. So, no. Okay, cool. We caught up with the chat, which is good. What do you still got? Still got just under 12 minutes to go. Still plenty of time in the game. There's Oliver again. I think Oliver's... What's Oliver on? He hasn't touched it much in this quarter, I don't think. I think he's in the mid-30s. Looks to be a high-scoring fantasy at the moment. Plenty of players are in the mid to high 30s at the moment. Oh, it's a 50-metre penalty, apparently. And then a few players in the 40s, right? So Josh Dales up to 45 as well. As someone that got Whitfield over Josh Dales, I'd like there to be a bit bigger of a gap. Not as close as that, because then you could say, well, you should have just gone Josh, but oh, well. Josh, not bad, says Ben. No, he's not. No, he's going along well. If you are tuning in, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And goal to Grzycki. So Giants got a couple, I think, in a row now. So they're back to within touching distance. It's only 14 points considering all the Collingwood dominance they did have. So what happened here? So Ned Long. Oh, so that was why Oliver was on the ground. So Ned Long's actually hit him half the ball there. He could be in a bit of trouble for that. I know Ned Long's apologising, but he's got him head high away from the ball. That could be a week. Pretty sure they've said if stuff like that happens off the ball, that could be Houston. Oh, so Houston was called to stand. So that's why the 50. That's a bit harsh, though. Houston was mid-running when the guy told him to stand. He can't really change direction. You probably can't even hear him. Interesting decision, that one, from the umpire. But I guess you could say under the actual rule, it is a free kick. But I don't like the free kick. There's Callahan, another handball. Racking up the handballs at the moment, Callahan. I think there's Ash for a +6-5. No, +6 got the kick away. Looks like Whitfield's still on the bench. There's a +6 for Fonte. And Riccardi. Hopefully Whitfield comes on now. He should have come on for the last guy. I don't understand why teams do that. When there's a goal kick, they go, oh, there's still a minute left of rotation, we'll leave it. Just make the rotation, because that's why players get stuck on the bench. His Whit bench has been, yeah, on the bench. Wild to think Josh has caught up to Nick missing majority of the first quarter. Yeah, I know. Yep, I know, Damon. It's very, very nicely done by him. Everybody going good in fantasy, but Houston owned by 80% of the top 5% of teams. Yeah, like he's owned by a lot. Here's Josh Dagos again. Far out, man. Well, it's good for everyone that's got him, but I didn't really want him racking up an absolute monster score, which is at the moment he's looking like he's going to be doing. Oh, Steenie needs at the mark there. Handball from Nick. Nick's going to go back to Josh, isn't he? Yep. Josh handball to Dan Houston. Houston short to Maynard. Maynard could give it back to Houston here. Oh, what are you doing, Maynard? Laverty, good mark. Is Whitfield still on the bench? I think Whitfield's still on the bench. Why is he not back on? Yeah, Whitfield's on the bench still. Why is he on the bench? He's had how long on the bench? You only need a 4 or 5 minute bench stint. Ash getting a little short kick again. I like how the bloody Giants are chipping around now and Whitfield's on the bench. 6 minute bench stint apparently. Absolute bullshit. He should be back on. Here's Josh again. So Josh is going to overtake Whitfield now. Absolutely crazy considering the bloody start to the game. Did you end up bringing in Whitfield, Bale Blim? Yeah, I did, yep. Everybody going good. Oh, yes, at 4. Houston needs to lock in. Also, the stand stuff, 50 metres, 2 greater penalties has been, yeah, agreed, for sure. Nakos slightly overworking for his possessions tonight, relying on sprint efforts to break the run with rolls that are against him. Yeah, it seems like to be like a team tag at the moment. Maynard got to be one of the most hated players in the AFL, says Ben. Elizondo, that happens a lot with Whitfield. So many times this season, he's had a lot of time on the bench while Giants chipping around. Yeah, and that's the thing that's annoying, right? And that's just luck. That's not down to anything that he's doing wrong. But it's just frustrating that he's been now still on the bench for like 7 minutes. Here's Nick Dacos with a kick, and then the ball's going to go through from behind, and this could be a Lockie Whitfield kick in or a +6, and he's still on the bench. So this is where it gets frustrating. This is what pissed me off with AFL players and their rotations. It's not hard, and now they're going to go to the outer side again. So Whitfield's going to be stuck on the bench now for like 8, 9, 10 minutes. This is bullshit. How hard is it for someone to run off? And now it's stuck on the other side again. For God's sake, man. Well, I know he's still on 51, so he's still going okay. But now Nick, Josh, and Ash have all overtaken him. This shouldn't be happening at AFL level. There shouldn't be players that continually get stuck on the bench. It's not hard for one player just to quickly run off for a rotation. There's a tackle for Josh Dacos again. God damn, I should have bloody gone Josh. Like, just someone, for the love of God, kick a goal. There's a kick from Josh Dacos. Or get it to the wing at least. Like, so we've got some bloody interchanges that bloody happen. Ned Long, and that will be a behind. For God's sake, man, kick a goal. This is ridiculous. Finally, so Ash is actually running off now, so for Whitfield. But still, it shouldn't be forced on someone like Ash to have to run off. There. Well, Whitfield's just come on. So if they go out to... Actually, I think they're going out to Whitfield, you know. Or they're going to Jaiden. Jaiden should have Whitfield for a +6. Yeah, Whitfield +6. Thank you. There's Oliver. Oliver handball back to Whitfield. Whitfield, lovely kick. Lovely kick to Leak. I think I'm going to go Andy Brayshaw as a bit of a pod. Hard to find value in that midfield at the moment, says Blimp. He's an option. I guess just makes you nervous with Freo's game style at the moment. They're just not scoring points. And like we saw first week, Brayshaw 50, Sarong 100. Second week, Brayshaw 130, Sarong 60. So I just don't like that it's that volatile. I want my midfielders to be safe and like more weeks than not getting hundreds. Is that Whitfield? Oh my God, it is Whitfield. Another +6. Holy hat. Oh, that's no, okay, that's a bad kick from Whitfield there. That was Whitfield's fault. He doesn't normally make those little errors, which is surprising, but... Oh, no, Brown left it behind. Here's Nick Dacos, got a soccer. Here's... Oh, Fonte should have gone to Whitfield there for the +6. Whitfield's going to get the handball anyway. Gave it to Oliver. Here's Toby Green with a kick as well. And Stringer's holding the ball. Imagine Josh didn't start with the injury, says Tommy Gardner. Oh, exactly. He's going very, very well. V Dynamite, that phase Whitfield could have easily got 18 more while stuck on the bench, says V Dynamite. Yeah, it's more just the being stuck on the bench because of the fact he had such a long bench. Like, they're always going to go to the bench, right? You're always going to go for 5 minutes or so. Anyway, it's just the fact that he got stuck for so long. And meanwhile, Collingwood are chipping it round and Dan Houston's not in the field at the moment, I don't think. At least I don't see him anyway. There's guys with green boots, but that's Maynard, side bottom, Howe, and Darcy Moore's back on. Wait, Darcy Moore's back on? I thought he was cooked for the night. I honestly thought when he did that hamstring, I thought he was done. Broom was on the bench half the game last night, says Karen. Yeah, no, it was very frustrating, but that's just Geelong for us, unfortunately. Josh going 150 plus, even with the stint on the bench in the first course, says Elizino. Yeah, he's going along nicely. Not sure about 150, but he's obviously, well, actually, to be fair, he's on track, you know, because if he goes another 10, if he goes another 15 points in this quarter, he's on track for it. Whitfield +6 says Calum. Tommy Gardner. Oh, yeah, so just fine there. Whitfield going huge. Bells, they should do research on fantasy players' correlation with high blood pressure, says Ben. Yes, well, I think that it would correlate to a lot of high blood pressure from a lot of fantasy coaches for sure. That is an awful kick. Who was that kicked that then? Not sure if that right call was to go for goal there, but... There's Josh Dacos with nothing there. Bales Whitfield is carrying us right now, says Dylan. Yeah, he started well. It's good so far. Wit on Ash off, says DJ. Wearing a heart rate monitor for the stream would be pure comedy. I don't think I'd want to have one because it would be up a fair bit. Angwin, Oliver. I thought, where's Whitfield? I thought he'd be around this place. Or is that him? Is this him here? Oh my God. That's Whitfield there, +6. Holy crap. What a start from Whitfield. Where's Houston, says John. He's on the bench yet. Has he had low game time? So Houston's on 32, 82% Tog. I just haven't noticed him much. Like, I don't know what's going on at the moment. He's just not getting involved. Whitfield was a great get, says Tommy. It's been a half, and he has a bye next week. So like, we need a ceiling score from him for anyone that brought him in. But so far, so good. So far, so good. Do we keep Bruin, says Caleb? That'll be a chat for next week. Because we still have, 5 games of footy to come. We don't know what we're going to get. We've had injuries that many times in like 1 or 2 games. So I don't want to be talking about who's a trade out just yet. If we have the ability to, Bruin could be a trade-out option. But we still have guys like Windsor, Phillippo, Blackiston, Parrish. Like, we don't know how they're going to go this week, and they've also been issues. So we just have to see how these guys all go first before looking at it. But from what we saw last night, maybe. I'd be fine to trade. Went Zorko and Dacos in and Track and Rosie out, says Oliver. You'd be very happy with that so far. With Josh is on 62. If I went bloody Whitfield and Josh Dacos, I'd be over the moon at the moment. The one week I don't have the V-Sun Whitfield, he goes big, lol, says Elizeno. 74 Holy, where the hell's Houston, says Ben. Yeah, he's been quiet. Can Josh Dacos please get to the bench so many of the leagues that have got, leagues have got him this round, says V Dynamite. Here's Callahan again. Callahan with a kick there. Still got 3 minutes to go in the quarter. What did you hear about Whitfield that we didn't? What the F, man, says John Stevens. I said before, I went Whitfield because I didn't want to pay up for Josh Dacos and Zork, who I think are both not value. I want to get someone I considered value, which I still thought Whitfield is at least a 106, sort of 107 sort of player. Thought he underperformed for the first few weeks. And I didn't have a round 4 by premium. I don't have like an Ash or Sinclair, anyone like that, right? So that's why I ended up going here. So Ash will be up for a +6 coming up here, I would imagine. Oh, Iden's fumbled it. Laverty, don't go that way, man. That's not where our players are. Leak with a +6 coming up here. Whitfield's in the middle here. Oh, what Leak? What are you doing, man? Why are you going to a contest when there's like, you're outnumbered? Hogan nearly made it work, but I just don't get that when players go to a contest when they've got a free player next to them. Like it might work out. Giants might get a goal here. Oh, that could be holding the ball. More just ducked under. No, nothing. Not going to lie. In no world is Bruin a trade out. That nose is nasty, says Tommy. And that's a good point, right? That's a good point as well. Buzz, if Brody gets a good role, that'd be nice, says Ben. Yeah, it would, right? Because he could be a trade-in for one of those cheaper guys we've got, right? So someone to watch this week. Ash stuck on the pine, says ZH. I think he's on now. Pretty sure. I think he came back on like right before he should have been given the ball there. Leak was looking for a switch, but nothing doing. String got away from Josh Dacos there and kicked the goal as well. Good goal from Stringer. Giants needed that one. Back to 9 points. Thoughts on Cherry in Supercoach, says I'm assuming Supercoach, you mean Oliver. Yeah, I like it. Yep. Rob Silver, come on, Houston. Kind of like my thinking with Caldwell, says Ben. First week bench for zero reason, says Ben. Yeah, agreed. Alrighty, so what do we got? We got 2 minutes to go, I think, in the quarter. Leak 41, trade in for forward defence, hopefully. Yeah, Leak's been okay. Yeah, Leak's done some all right things so far. So he could be an option as a rookie downgrade. We might have a couple next week, you know. Like we could have Farrow. Obviously, Leak's an option. Brody could be a cheaper sort of 400k-ish player that could be an option as well. There's a handball from Ash. There's a kick from Callahan as well. Cornelia's got a few options in the middle. Switching. There he goes. Whitfield is sprinting over to that side. Whitfield could get the secondary +6 coming up here. No, he'll get the next one, I think. Whitfield's there. Whitfield's there. O'Halloran, man, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Give it to Whitfield. Yes. Here's Whitfield. Should have got the +6 originally, but we'll take the other +3. That's free kick Hogan. No. Gothard, that'll be nearly holding the ball. There's a handball for Josh Dacos. Oh, no. What's happened here? Oh, my God. That handball doesn't count for Josh Dacos because they didn't pay advantage. Where's Houston? Like, everyone's been saying all stream. Where is Houston? Like, he is nowhere to be seen. I don't even think he's on the ground. How long has he been on the bench for? McCreary, he's got like 1 second. He's got to kick it quickly. No, and that will be full-time. Full-time. Half-time. And funny enough, I saw there Whitfield was on the flank alone. They would have probably looked there. Should I go VC Cherry or play it safe with Sheasel? I've got Sheasel number 1 and I've got Cherry number 4. So I would go Sheasel. If you want to be different, you could. But I like Sheasel too much this week to go against it. So I'm Sheasel. But back you got in. Tommy Gardner wanted Houston's cash gen till last till at least DPP, but no thinking could be the perfect time to get him to Naz. Last till at least DPP. Okay, yeah, right. It's the perfect time to get into Naz. It's been one half. I just want to wait before we sort of start throwing away Houston or whatever. It's been half of football. So, and Houston can do this. Houston can have bad halves, even bad games. I don't want to trade him out just for one. 10 plus minutes on the bench for Houston, apparently, is what Damon said. So that's a big reason why. So he could have at least got to 40, but with a 10-minute bench stint, that's gonna do it. So I don't know why he was stuck on for so much, but Faded Sambray out as a trade as a Crows fan. Bales, do you think his midfield role and starting role continues? I think his role will continue. Just depends, can he keep the scoring up? That's the question. So confused on Houston. The Tog is there, but have not seen him in the back half, says John. Lee Everett, Houston on bench, not 10 minutes. Houston on bench, 10 minutes, says DJ as well. And Lee said that as well. Whitfield put the VC on himself for tonight, says Ben. NJ says they kept Houston on the bench, got stuck with Nick, but they didn't want to waste a sub on him for 90 seconds left. Yeah, I think Nick came on, though. Nick was on to end the quarter. Is Houston on the field? No, he's on the bench 10 minutes, Ben. Castle Richards, anyone know why Houston on the bench for the quarter? No idea. Houston's score going to hurt teams playing 18 on field this week. He was the most traded in, as you guys can see the ticker on the bottom. He was the most traded in player. Whitfield looking like an inspired choice, says Fresh Prince Oz. It's a good start. Good start. I don't want to... I've seen players do this before and get to like a low 100, right? I need him to go on with this. So it's a good, very good start. Very, very happy. Let's go through this score. So Whitfield's on 77, which is fantastic. Great first half. He's only gaining 13 points on Josh Dacos, let's not forget. So I went Whitfield, which is great, but Josh Dacos is right there. And Josh Dacos plays an extra game. So partly you could say, well, you should have gone Josh. But anyway, Nick Dacos 60. Angwin's on 61 as well. Callahan's on 60. So high scoring game for these premiums. Ash on 54 as well. Ned Long on 54 too. Clayton Oliver 52. Billy Frampton's on 51. So he's the one stealing all the ball off of Dan Houston. James Leake, 43, someone to keep an eye on. Defender forward, rookie, which is really helpful. That could be a really handy one to put in utility. Where's Steenie? He was the other one I wanted to keep an eye on. Briggsy's on 39. Fonty, 38. Fonty, that's okay. Probably want a little bit more. Darcy Cameron's up to 33 now. Houston, 32, so a little bit low, obviously, as we said. Cogs, 31. Green on 26. Geez, that's low. Gothard, 22. Oscar Steen, 21. Okay, so he hardly touched it that quarter. It was clearly, obviously, Darcy Cameron's quarter in the ruck. Maybe they're going to do that. Maybe it's going to be like first and third quarter, it's Steen. Second and fourth quarter, it's Cameron. Maybe they're just doing a bit of a split in terms of 2 quarters as the main ruck, 2 quarters as the forward. DeGoey's on 21 as well. Hannaford's on 12, so Hannaford didn't touch it that quarter. So they're the scores. But yeah, good start for Whitfield. Because Houston's pretty much owned by most people. So what's Whitfield? So Whitfield had 20 touches, 6 marks, and he had that. What do you have that quarter? Can I do quarter by quarter split here? No, I don't think I can. Or it'd be on a different one. I just wanted to see what happened that quarter alone. And the thing is, Whitfield got stuck on the bench that quarter as well. Like, he had like a 10-minute bench stint. Like, he's only played 76% TOG, which is lower than what it should be. Josh Dacos like the 75% TOG. I don't think he went to the bench that quarter, Josh Dacos. If I go TOG that quarter, Josh Dacos, 100% TOG for Josh Dacos, which obviously helps a lot. Whitfield only had 65% in that quarter. Even Ash only had 77, which is probably a tiny bit lower than what he normally does. But Whitfield had 47 points, 5 marks, 12 touches. Frampton also had 43. Ned Long, 41. Josh Dacos had 40. Leake had 37. So a lot more chipping around from the Giants in that quarter, which obviously helped a lot. But yeah. Alrighty. What else I missed in the chat? Where was I? Rivers an emergency, don't have him, but still, says Oliver. Yeah, another bullet for those that went him as a bit of a unique. I was a bit surprised when I saw him. I thought he played okay last week. I didn't think he was that bad. I thought he had like 90 odd. He got involved. So interesting he got dropped. Ben Hayes, to be honest, Rochelle owners got kissed with Dawson out yesterday. No, Ben, I wouldn't say kissed because Rochelle's had such a good preseason. Okay, it helped that Dawson was being out, but I think he was always going to play a fair bit of midfield. It's probably going to vary week to week. It's going to vary probably from 40% to maybe 60, 65%. I know last night was different because it was like full-time midfield. But he played his best game of his career last night, I thought. I know he's kicked 5 goals in the game before in like his first game, but that was the most influential I've seen him on the ground. So if he can be doing that all year, he could be a 90 averaging forward for us. So, and that would be a hold to pass the buys and could even be a top 6, depending on what the other forwards do. You went Whitfield with the buy next week, says Cuss Richards. Yes, yep. No, so I explained that before. So I got Zorko for Rosie, and I went Bergman to Whitfield. I thought, well, I don't have Ash, I don't have Sinclair, I don't have anyone on buy next week besides Flanders, so I could go for Whitfield. And I didn't want to get Josh Dacos and Zorko, who I consider overpriced or slightly overs. Or they could be fairly priced right. But I thought Whitfield was value. I thought Whitfield was closer to a 107 averaging player than close to 100, right? So I thought he had a couple of points of value. And if there's a chance he gets back to 110, then I'm a week early and I don't have to worry about getting him post to buy. If Naz and the other thing is as well, I didn't want to have to get Naz and Whitfield post to buy, and then a rookie comes along and I can't get both. I want both eventually at my team. They're both going to be valued. Like Naz is going to be potentially under $1 million next week, or when we look at him in round 5, and that's when I want to launch. So I wanted to get on him now so I didn't have to worry about getting both. But looking at it now with Josh being so close, it's interesting, right? So Bales doesn't leak at the buy. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, sorry. Leak's the perfect guy to be watching this week and bring in a couple of weeks. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Leak not an option next week. Be the week after. Agreed. Yeah, most players who get 70 in the first half usually slow down second. Yeah, we don't see a lot of players getting 150s, 160s. They normally have a massive half. Even if he has a 43-point second half, which would be considered quiet for someone like Whitfield, it's still a 120, right? So he's done the work in the first half. He just needs to have a solid enough second half. Bought too much money for next week. I've $1 million on the bank, says Oliver. Yeah, I think he's too expensive. But people bought Nick Douglas in this week and paid up for him, so you could look at it. Not worried about Houston right now, to be honest, as Cuss Richards. I'm not either. We've got plenty more issues to deal with. So, Ash slowed down, says Sean. Jacos looking good even with low TOG in the first. Yep, but he had 100% TOG that quarter, so they probably just evened it out a little bit in that quarter. Bales, who do you have playing tonight, says Franciscus, I should say. I just Houston and Whitfield for me, so just the two. So Whitfield obviously very happy so far. Houston a bit quiet, hopefully gets going, but I think a lot of people have got him anyway. Like, as you can see, most trading player of the week. And if I didn't have him, I would have said he's the one you need to get from Rosie. NJ, I'm going unique with Cozzy for track and Rosie to Zorko. Thoughts, Bales? Already have Murphy, Reed, and Rochelle. Yeah, no, don't mind it. Cozzy's probably not for me at the moment. A little bit up and down. I'd rather wait for a McInerney or more next week if you're going for a forward premium. But if you're keen, I'm not going to talk you out of it because he should be around the top 6 forwards at least. Cameron is in shambles with Steen in, says Sean. Tim, which two out next week? Parrish, Carroll, Petrarca. Well, Petrarca would have to be one, Tim. And we'll see how Parrish and Carroll go. We'll see how they go. One of those two, maybe. Callum Fife, I'll trade Miller to Josh Dacos next week. I've got 771k in the bank. I don't know if I'd be bringing in Josh Dacos next week if you can avoid it, unless we get no value. He's going to, because Josh Dacos has gone well again, he's going to be priced at what? Probably 110. He's going to be priced really expensive. And I can't see him averaging 110 for the year. I can see him averaging mid, like 104, 105, best case, maybe 100. I see him 100 to 105. That's where I see Josh Dacos this year. I don't see him any much more than that. He could go 110 with the transition style, with the game, the way the game's going. These halfbacks are dominating. Maybe he keeps going and averages closer to 110. But I don't think you're paying for Josh Dacos at 110 when you've got Whitfield and Nasir on bye. Then the week after they'll be priced low hundreds. So I'd be waiting for either of those guys. Bravo Bars, can't imagine too many went Whit. Yeah, we're going through it before. So a couple of people in the Content Creators Cup went Whitfield, like myself, Holmesy, Lemon. I think there are a couple of others that went Whitfield as well. There's like 5, I think. I'll just do a quick tally of who went him again. So it was me. Louis went him. Vams, Holmesy, Lemon. I think they were the 5 because MJ already had Whitfield. Muhammad, who's the 20th coach, already had Whitfield as well. Yeah, so just the 5 brought him in, but he's owned by 7 of the top of the 20 coaches, so it's a fair few. I went Steele in over Nakos purely for value, regretting a bit currently as a Pies supporter, says Sean. We went the value play, right? But I guess Steele's not huge value, but I still think he's better than 103. I think he's close to 105. 106 is the number 1 clear mid for Melbourne. And he looked great last week. Yeah, I'm a little bit salty about Rochelle. I was 50-50 on him versus Marshall all pre-season. Marshall was looking good, right? It's just unfortunate with the injury again, right? Like Marshall is someone, if he's back in next week, I'm considering him as an option. And it could be for a Gallop, right, to continue the cash gen there. Whether I do it or not, I'm not sure, but it's something I've considered if he's back in next week because he's got Richmond and St Kilda. But I'm not sure he'll be back next week with that ankle injury. He looked to be hobbling a bit, but who knows? Maybe a week off will be good enough. Thoughts on track to Brad Hill, says Franciscus. Not for me, Brad Hill. Good draft pick, a good pickup if you got him late, but I just don't trust it enough for him to be an option to look at. What effect do you think Howe might be having on Houston? It's early to say, but thoughts so far. I haven't noticed anything too much. It's just Houston's been quiet. They've still looked to get in the ball, so I'm not too concerned just yet, but it's a flag to consider. What's the go? McInerney, says Ben. I like him as an option because of the fact that Goulden's out for so long. And McInerney and Goulden were the ones swapping that mid-forward rotation. And if with Goulden out for so long, McInerney's going to be in the midfield. So it's just an option that could be an option. And he's got West Coast also, first game off the bye. How can we watch overseas, says the top of my head. Are you talking about the footy? If you're talking about the footy, I know that KO doesn't work with a VPN. I've tried using it overseas with a VPN, but it doesn't seem to work. Is there maybe, I don't know if there's don't know if I should be really recommending illegal sites on her here or anything, but VIP Box is a good one to look at. Don't tell anyone I sent you. What do we got here? Rochelle looks the goods as a full-time mid, not fantasy-wise, says Tron Trips. Yes, agreed. Looks great. Looks like a really good player in the midfield. And the Crows have been crying out for a while for one or two of those mid-forwards, and Rochelle looks like he's going to really be that. I think he'll play more mid than Rankin will this year because of Rankin's slower start to the year and how good Rochelle's looking in there. I think it'll be a 50-50 split pretty much between the two. Maybe 60-40 one week to the other, depending. What are they saying here? Ned Long involved in the incident with Clayton Oliver during second term. Yeah, MRO concern. I think he'll be in trouble. Could be a week there because it's off the ball. And he's gone high as well, and it's collected Oliver in the face. So, yeah, could be in trouble. Have a sneaky feeling Gallup will do all right to Moses Cast of Riches. I hope so. I really hope so. That would be great for cash gen. Saints, no Caminiti, so it's a good matchup. He'll probably have a smaller defender, like a Stocker or something maybe. Unless Stocker goes to like a Charlie Cameron or something, which probably is the matchup. Gallup could do okay tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not expecting him to score much more than 50, but if he does, it'd be a nice surprise. AFL has their own streaming thing if you want something legal, says Angus. Yes, they do. They've got, yes, I forgot what it's called, top of my head. I'm not trying to think of it off the top of my head. That is your name, top of the head. So if people got that was a funny one actually there. Boston says, "G'day, mate, from Sydney. I'm a Pies fan. Who do you support?" Thanks, mate. Appreciate you tuning in. Crows fan. So I'm annoyed about last night. But I saw a few things today as well, just on the socials, and have people saying, like, really, Dale Thomas, who I normally quite like his opinions and stuff, coming out and saying that the Crows are getting a little bit of the flat track bullies about them. And I just think it's a lot of crap. Like, anyone that's coming out and saying Crow the flat track bullies is just, they haven't been watching, right? Because Collingwood at the G, very hard to win there. Bulldogs at home for the Crows, which Bulldogs at the moment are the informed team of the competition. So, again, and it was 6 points. So it was a close game. And then Geelong in Geelong, where no one really goes down there to win. So we've had 3 of the toughest games to start the year. And we go Freo next week, so it doesn't get any easier. At least at home, not in WA just yet. So I don't get it, right? It's a tough run to start. And it's been 8 and 6 points, our 2 losses. So I'm not concerned just yet. It'd be good we should be winning these games if we want to be right up there. But, hey, yeah, so. Anyway, that's just me talking as a Crows fan, even though you guys aren't all Crows fans. KO works with me with NordVPN as we speak, says Tron. Oh, well, there you go. Well, there you go, at the top of my head. If you get NordVPN, you can watch KO. So maybe that's the one. If I ever go overseas, I'll get NordVPN. VIP League streaming if VIP box is down, which was the case last week, says Fresh Prince Oz. David Paddy, is Rochelle an option next week? Yes, David, he is. Yeah, it'll be more expensive, but he is an option. Red lighting, some combo of Blackiston, Parrish, Windsor, and Vicentini to a mid-primo, and a rookie fix-up, then Naz and Witt, says Red lighting. Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, like Vicentini could go for me next week if I want to trade him out. That is an option. So, yeah, I don't mind those. Blackiston, Parrish, Windsor. You can see who, are you talking about them this week, they go out? Because if that's the case, I'd go Windsor out first out of all those guys. Then probably Blackiston, then Vicentini, then Parrish probably. But they all need to go at some point. Don't rate Dale's opinion, also says Custer Riches. I normally think it's okay from what I've heard. Maybe I haven't heard a lot of him, to be fair. But, I just when I saw the flat track bully scene, I'm just like, hang on, we've played 3 of the best teams so far. Like, if we'd played like West Coast Richmond and smashed them but lost to all the teams, I can understand. And that's something you make the analysis of in 8, 9, 10 weeks' time, not after 3 rounds when you've played 3 really good opposition. So, Fresh Prince Oz, yeah, thoughts on Atkins out of bounds, mate? Totally changed the course of the game because Geelong scored from it. Yeah, I talked about it a bit before. It's crap. And the thing that annoys me as a Crows fan is it always seems to be the Crows that's on the end of these. I'm not trying to do well was me. I'm just talking purely facts, right? It's always the Crows that get stitched up with a call in the last quarter that somehow stuffs up. Geelong should have won the game. Geelong were the best team. So I'm not going to say that call cost the Crows the game, right? It was at a crucial time that could have changed the game. But Geelong's expected score was like 118. We were like 52. So Geelong deserved to win. They should have been miles in front the way they started that game. It was parked in their forward 50 for like the first 20 minutes of the game. I think Nixie said was the Crows were stuck on the bus for the first 10 minutes. It was just that, we were down. Crows were down by 2 points. It was in the middle of the ground, and we'd be going near the forward 50. And all of a sudden, you kick a goal from there. Do Crows go back up by 4 points, back to centre? Who knows? Maybe it wasn't a goal. Who knows? Who knows what would have happened, right? It's just that it changed the game, and Geelong kicked a goal from it, and it put it out of reach. Because I thought 8 points with how long to go, I thought it was going to be hard to get back in front. But yeah, can't do anything about it. And the AFL came out and said it was a mistake, which I wish they didn't. I think as a fan that's had the team screwed over a lot of times, and the AFL come out and said it's a mistake, it actually makes me feel worse. I'd rather them just not comment about it. I'd rather them just say nothing about it. Because them coming out and saying, it was a mistake, means that, okay, well, it should have been, we were right, and we shouldn't have been stuffed around. But, yeah. I think the margin were pretty flattering to the Crows and the Crows and Bulldogs in the Bulldogs and Geelong games. Yes, no, I agree. I thought Dogs were better than us, and I thought Geelong were better than us, so we deserved to lose the game, right? We haven't started great. We're missing a few key players as well. The Dogs game was just we started slow. Second half, we were probably just the better team, but Dogs were better in the first half than what we were in the second half, if that makes sense. So the Dogs deserve to win. I left that game going. It was a good game. Dogs deserve to win. It would have been good to have won, but because even though you're the better team, doesn't mean you're going to win. Sometimes you can steal some games, and that would have been nice if we stole one of them, but oh well, that's okay. So who should I get Vicentini for? Who should I get Vicentini for? I I wouldn't be training Vicentini Riley just yet unless you've got no issues because he's on your bench. I think we've got bigger issues at the moment. Bales, what's the goal for rank? Houston only 1 mark. Well, I'm not ruling out a hat or anything just yet. Like, I still want a hat. I still want to finish up near the top. It's been 2 rounds. It's not a great rank so far, but that's like a couple hundred points that can be caught up. You do bit by bit. You do the right trades. You get a few things go your way, and all of a sudden you're back in it, right? So, yeah, still want a hat. Still looking for as high as I can finish. That's just and take week by week. First Prince Oz, I agree Adelaide in possession weren't good enough, but the defence held up very well. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, and our defence has been good for a couple of years now. Like, Worrell is putting himself forward for another All-Australian. He should have got All-Australian last year. I think Blind Freddie could have told you that Josh Worrell should have been in the All-Australian team. So hopefully he keeps going. We get Keane back at some point. Butts is playing really well as well. Murray's playing well. Miller is having a great start to the year. I know he hasn't started well with fantasy besides the first game, but in terms of his actual performances, they've been good. But our defence has been good, and it's with no Keane. So we'll get Keane back at some point. We'll get Hinge back at some point. So if you don't admit the mistake, that's problematic too because it feels like you don't acknowledge your own errors. Yeah, Fridge, and I agree. And it's in one hand, I'm like I understand they have to come out and say they've made the mistake, and they've got to tell people what is the expectation moving forward. It's just the Crows fan. It's deflating knowing that we should have had the free kick. We should have had the ball going forward at that point. Like, all these decisions, like, that's it, just annoying. There you go, Steen, first CBA for the quarter. So it does look like they are doing this 1 quarter for one quarter for the other. Is that Whitfield? Yeah, Whitfield for a kick. So Whitfield's up to 80. So Callahan +6, and then he kicks it. Callahan's had a good start. Callahan's someone to keep an eye on. What's he done for marks and tackles? So Callahan's had the 5 marks, 2 tackles. It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's not a bad split. He's normally not someone that racks up that many, so it's good to see. There's Nick Dacos, handball to Houston. So he looked for Houston then and just Houston bloody didn't do anything there. I think Houston got the tackle. I don't know if that's a tackle for Houston, but there's Toby Green. I think Darcy Moore touched it. Did he? No, he didn't. Goal for Toby Green. Exactly what the Giants needed. What's your team name? Bale says red lighting. Bales Nails. So Bails and then space and then Nails. Nails. There's another team, Bales Nails, with no space in between. That's not me. He was like ranked. That person was ranked like 80k. I think it's just a funny team. Like, it's got I think I was on the Ball Boys for like a pre-season pod probably 2 years ago now. And it was like me holding like a baby or whatever. And it was like a funny clip. Someone used that photo as like their profile photo on Fantasy, which is quite funny. It's good gear. But no, that's not. I'm Bales Nails with a space in between. Have you worn a hat before? Says V Dynamite. No, unfortunately. If I was wearing a hat, that hat would be worn on every podcast. You better believe that right now. I love this hat. This is the Hat Chat hat from the boys at Hat Chat. I love it. I wear it for pretty much every video I do. But I would love my own AFL Fantasy Top 100 hat. Here's Nick Dacos. That'll be a goal, I'd imagine. Yeah, goal for Nick Dacos. I don't know if he got a handball originally there, but he just keeps getting it done, doesn't he, Nick Dacos? It's bloody hard not owning him at the moment, and he just keeps dominating. It's frustrating, but what did you say about goal for rank? I missed it. Says Ben. I still want a hat. I still want to finish as high as I can. Whether that's number 1, number 100, I don't know. There's still so much the season to go. There's been so much carnage. If you can just get a few lucky breaks, get some big scores, I think you can catch up a fair bit of ranks over the next month. I think just because you rank, you could be. I think people out there could be ranked 50k, 40k now, but be well inside the top 1,000 in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and make significant ground. If you make the right trades, have a few good things go your way, some big ceiling scores, it can all change. So I'm certainly keeping hope that I can finish top 100. So yeah, Nick Dacos up to 71 already. So yeah, he did get a handball there and he obviously kicked the goal. And it'll be marked to Schultz. It's only 9 points. That was 3 points before that goal. So is Houston around? No, Nick was trying to wrap around the back, potentially for a handoff from Schultz. 24-7 says Ben. Nick. Nakos kind of player just to have 24/7. So annoying not owning. Yeah. ZH, last week every game was between a Victorian team and a non-Victorian team. In all the games, Victorian teams won more free kicks. Coincidence? People say it all the time. It's the VFL, not the AFL. Like the free kicks last night. And I know that the free kicks, they don't have to be equal, right? It's never been that case. It's never been that case, right? They've never... Oh, Steenie! What a mark! Big Steenie with a huge mark in the goal square. He's going to kick his first goal here. And I know I used to work with a mate that was best mates with Big Steenie, so got a little bit of interest in Steenie going well. This would be a good moment, Steenie, to put it through. And that's why we brought in Nakos this week. Love to see it, says Tommy. Yeah, he was a good pick if you got him. He's gonna go well. But yeah, free kicks were like 25-11 last night, and that was a massive discrepancy. He's Big Steenie, and there it is. First goal in AFL. Big Steenie. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Beautiful. Good stuff. Oh, cool. And I caught up the chat. I wasn't sure if I caught up just yet. There you go. What's Steenie up to now? So they didn't count that tackle for Houston before, by the way. I was hoping they would have. Where did I miss Steenie? He's up to 39 already. Okay. Steenie could be an option. Like, he's probably going to have 2 good quarters and 2 quiet quarters when he's not the main ruck, but he could be the R3 to make money. He could be the guy, Vicentini to him next week. Maybe you go Zach Kostelski to him next week if we got a free trade. What is an SSP recruit bale, says V Dynamite? Supplementary selection program like pick, or supplementary selection pick, sorry. They're just like the ones in the preseason. Like the preseason picks, the guys that train on and get spots. There's Steenie with another kick. Nick Dagos got a handball. Don't think it went 15, so don't think he gets the mark there. Collingwood starting to go quite well in this quarter so far. It's only 15 points. They're still very much there. So there's another Nick Dacos handball. Nick's already up to 75. Punched away his Whitfield. Probably get the handball here to Ash. Yeah, I think he got the handball. And went straight into the goey. Bells, you know Sam Swalling from the Pies. He's my good mate. Oh, there you go. I don't know him personally, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, cool. Steen on 39. Wow, says Tommy Gardner. Yeah, he's an option. If we don't get any other rookies pop, like Farrow's a watch. So just something to watch for moving forward, but could be an option. Mate, I wonder if Farrow pops and Steenie pops if we just do another bloody double downgrade. Because I've got 490 odd K in the bank, I think. So I don't have as much as some others. Obviously spent a bit of it this week going Rosie up to Zorko and Bergman up to Whitfield. But and I didn't have as much anyway because obviously I kept McKercher. Oh, what's still going so... Still Sobon going so quickly there for? Houston's free. Houston's free. +6 here. Come on. Houston's right there. And we're going to a contest between Membry and Himmelberg. That was just a dumb decision from... I don't know who... Was that McCreary there that did that? Can't remember who kicked. That was a stupid decision. Yeah, Swadling and Farrow played junior footy together. Oh, there you go. Yeah, right. So there's a couple of rookies we might be able to look at. Swadling might get his chance at some point this year. Probably more a future player for obviously Collingwood, but told my friend to get Houston in and he's going crazy at me. Houston was the number one target for me. I thought Houston was the number one guy. If you didn't have him this week, get him in. His value, he's looking like potentially averaging well into the 90s. He's just been quiet tonight. And Houston is his player. Houston is a guy that can be up and down. I never thought he was going to average 120 for the year. If he can get to an 80 or 70 from here, it's okay. Houston's cash gen, Donny, says Tommy Gardner. I don't think we all got Houston in just for cash gen. I think we got him in to think that he might be a guy that could be a keeper at least till he buys. I think Josh Dagos and Nick both got handballs there. Whitfield just got a handball there as well. Toby Green got a handball there as well. And Briggsy with a mark lining up for goal. Houston getting burnt non-stop. Yeah, he's getting burnt a bit tonight, Tron trips for sure. I think Whitfield will probably come off now. This is around the time he normally comes off. Yeah, he's getting burnt a bit. Why have they not added that Whitfield handball? There it is. Did they just take a kick away from Nick Dacos? Was he on 80? Not sure. Briggsy, Giants need this goal. Bring it back to 9 points. And missed it. Hopefully this is a Houston kick in. Well, Houston's there ready to go, so I think Houston will take the kick in. Yep, Houston kick in. We just need a good quarter. Even if he gets like a 30-point quarter, he's up to into the 60s, which is really what we'd be happy with. And then he gets to maybe in the 80s or 90s. That's what we're looking for. And we know that someone like Houston could rack up 40, 50 points in a quarter. So I'm not worried just yet. Is that Whitfield there? Or is that Leak? That's Leaky. So like Leak's going to be someone that we might look at post the buy as well. As a rookie downgrade if he keeps his spot. Because it's going to be perfect, right? You get a look and you bring in post the buy if he holds his spot, which I think based on what he's done tonight, Riccardi lining up for goal. Callahan after buy for Paris is Daniel Kempster. Yep, no, Callahan an option. He's been good tonight. Houston kicking nice as Fresh Prince Oz. Sorry, Mr. Bells, what was your best overall rank? Oh, sorry, I didn't actually say best overall rank. I think it was like just inside the top 500, like 480, something like that, I think. It's on my, I have to reach out to Fantasy HQ because it was on my old email address and they haven't moved it over, so I have to see if they can bring it back over. Here's another kick coming up for Houston. He'll take the free kick. Josh Dacos +6. It's not exactly what I want to be seeing a lot of. I want to be seeing Houston +6s. So Josh Dacos up to 72 now. Still got 13 minutes to go. Hopefully, it's not as big of a bench stint this quarter for Whitfield as what it was last quarter. I'd like only be like 4 or 5 minutes. Oliver just got a handball there. Here's Josh Dacos again with a handball. Darcy Cameron handball as well. Don't know if is that a tackle for Nick? Don't know if it's a tackle for, and that's going to be another tackle for Nick there as well. See, they're the tackles I hate that Nick gets, where the ball he just lay on top of someone and wrap his arms around him. Like, that's not a tackle, but it'll get paid, and it did. So up to 81. I brought Houston in for value, and his break-even going to increase that. Yeah, and it was never going to, as I said, keep going 120, 120, 120. Like, here's Ash with a kick. Where was I? So before Houston kicking. Okay. I just missed those. Sorry, I missed those 2 comments before. That's why I thought I was still catching up. I'll take an 80 plus most weeks from Houston, says Fresh Prince Oz. Yeah, I would as well. As a few people said, he's just got burnt a fair bit tonight, and a little bit unlucky. There's Callum Brown lining up for goal. I'm hoping that means Whitfield comes back on now because he had a long break in the second quarter. He makes up for it with a short one this quarter. He's only had 3 minutes, but I'm hoping that he comes back on now. And behind, so Josh Dacos kick in. So why the hell is what was it? Bloody Craig McRae said they were going to give all the kick-ins to Houston. And Josh does say, give it to Houston. Yeah, so Josh does kick Houston +6. That's better. So I don't mind if Dacos takes a kick in, but Houston gets a little +6 from it. That's fine. Nick Dacos could get it here. Is that going back to Houston? Houston, another +6. See, this is better. This is better. So this is up to... So that's another +6 for Josh Dacos. So Josh Dacos is racking up here as well. He's up to 80. See, it's like getting Whitfield has been good, right? He's on a good score, but Josh Dacos is pretty much matching him, and he plays again next week. So it's like it's sort of gone hand in hand. Like I'm not going to really gain anything. Houston +6 again. Houston building, says ZH. Yeah, no, he is. He'd be in the 50s now. Yeah, he's on 50. So he's getting close. Yeah, Ash on the bench, Whip back on, says Ben. Yeah, so a shortish break. There's a tackle for Whitfield as well. We take that. Lovely to see. He's had a few tackles tonight. I think he's had 3. Free kick against Crisp there. What do we got here? We've got Jaiden with a +6, so they're switching. I think Whitfield's making his way over there. If they do cut inside to the middle of the ground, I think that's where Whitfield is. Is that Whitfield there? No, it's Callaghan. To Riccardi. Why? How is Whitfield not in? Oh, Whitfield's here. Give it to Whitfield. Whitfield's there. What are you doing, man? Why are you going to bloody Fonte when Whitfield was the one that was free? God damn it, man. When Giants are chipping, I need Whitfield to get involved so he can get ahead and keep ahead of Josh Dacos. Out of bounds. Can we expect Whit and Ash to swap each week like ceiling score, says Katale? I think they'll both score well. I think it'll just be week to week, probably. But I think both will. We want both in our team, right? If Collingwood stay in front in the fourth quarter, we'll get a decent amount of junk time, +6s for Houston, hopefully. Yeah, Alexander, I hope so. That'll be a free kick to Nick Dacos. No, you can't do that, Nick. You've got to go back behind your mark. I didn't think you're allowed to do that. I didn't think you're allowed to get the free kick and then just go forward and then play on. Or Collingwood have got a free kick, free man in the forward line if that gets to him there. Side bottom. Geez, this might not work out, you know. Might go out of bounds. Yeah, Callaghan tackle. Yep. When Zork over Jacos, Zork better go big. Yeah, and that's what I mean, right? If I'd gone Whitfield and Josh Dacos, I'd be very, very happy. Different rules if you're Nick Dacos, mate, says Fresh Prince Oz. Special Dacos rules. If Houston can get to 60s, you said, by three-quarter time, then I'd be confident in finishing 85, and I'd take that for sure. Yeah, I think, well, we all would, right? What's happened? Why is their advantage played? Houston could get a tackle here. No. Keep going, Houston. What's that for? Is that against Houston? What a load of... Oh, no, hang on. It's not even against Houston. It's back before. It's against someone else. When media gets pissed at team, the best players usually have good games. There's Angwin. Angwin, look to your right, mate. Go. Where's Whitfield? Is he in... Go out to Fonte. Go to Fonte, Angwin. Angwin, go to Fonte, man. What are you doing? Mark Darcy Moore. I was going to go Zorko and Dacos, but thought Houston was the value picks of John Sanders. I would have gone him as well. There's Josh Dacos with another +6. God damn it. He's up to 86 now. I certainly would be enjoying the Whitford score a lot more if Josh Dacos wasn't racking up as much as what he is. But because he's also level essentially on Whitfield, I'm actually losing because of the fact that Whitfield's got a bye. How is Nick Dacos there? How is he there in the forward pocket to get a goal like that? Oh, I made the mistake. I shouldn't have done it. I'm not doing any Collingwood watch-alongs until I have the Dacos brothers in my team. I'm just not doing it. It's just not as enjoyable. Like, if I had the Dacos brothers and Whitfield in this game, I would be absolutely creaming myself. But the fact I got Whitfield, which is great, but I don't have Nick or Josh, so I'm not gaining anything. Okay, good, I got Whitfield. Great, I'm very happy, but I'm not gaining anything at the moment. It's the same. Yeah. What a seagull, says Karen. have they not been using Houston's John? Not as much. Mega Bear, evening, Bales. Evening, mate. Hope you're going well. Nick Dacos, love him or hate him. He's effing unreal, says Dylan. Oh, he is. He's good. But honestly, you've just got to have Nick Dacos because it's too much stress without him, says Fresh Prince Oz. Nick Dacos, crept forward. That's insane. You got to own Nick Bales, says Lee. Yeah, I wish I did. I just would have been playing one less player on the field this week. Like, it just didn't make sense to get Nick instead of one of these other guys, but he's dominating again. Dacos, an absolute workhorse, absolutely bolted down the forward line. It hurts to see Josh, but nice to see Nick, says Casa Riches. Yeah, I don't know if I can do Collingwood watch-alongs anymore with it when I don't have the Dacos brothers. They just dominate. They just get it week on week. They just love to score points. I wouldn't mind a behind here for Lipinski to get a kick in from Whitfield likely. Yeah, Whitfield kick in. Had Nick till Wednesday, then went Houston instead. Oh, Whitfield didn't even play him from the kick in. Ash, go to Whitfield. What are you doing? Canito, go to Whitfield. Oh, no, I've just ignored Whitfield like 3 times there. And Ash got like 9 points when Whitfield should have got a few. And Whitfield got the kick in, but he didn't play on. That is, oh God, I hate seeing that. Bloody player, get a kick in, and then they don't actually play on, and they give it to the other guy that I don't want scoring points. So annoying. I know Whitfield didn't play on, says Getafe. It's so shit. Why do players do that? I think that the kick should count, right? Because they still kick the ball. They still dispose. I think it should still count as a stat, even if they don't play on. What do we got? We have maybe 4 or 5 a game that don't get counted. Still Whitfield looking good. Bales, hope he keeps going for you, says Dylan. Thank you, mate. I hope he does. It says Callahan injured, says Dylan. I haven't seen anything, but I don't know. Not owning Nakos this year might be similar to not owning Rockcliffe or Titch during... hang on, that'll be behind. Whitfield. Now play on from the kicking man. Just take one step out. Simple. Take a short step out. Thank you. Bloody Nick was the one manning up on Whitfield, so he's never going to get the ball again. Oh, Whitfield could be on here. Ash +6. This is annoying. Ash was starting to be a little bit quiet, but now he's just bloody racked up. Stringer just ignored Ash there. Ash's race bait, says Ben. If you got both of them, you're happy. Like, you'd love to have both in. But it's when you've only got one of them and one of them hogs it and the other doesn't get much of it. That's when it's frustrating. Oh, bloody DeGoey. If he didn't tap it on there, Whitfield would have got a tackle. God damn it, DeGoey, you idiot. Here's Gothard. Callahan got the handball, by the way. That's a great kick from Gothard. No, it's going to miss. That's actually going to stay in. So Houston's just going to get a free disposal here, pretty much. We'll take that. I think Josh Dacos is on the bench at the moment. That's out in the full, apparently. Oh, Halloran is... no, that's Ash that's there. I wish I'd gone Nick over Holmes this week, but wanted to hold some cash because I'll be able to get Blakey up to a primo again, says Mega Bear. Yeah. I understand why he went Holmes, right? So, like, you get the extra cash and that might help. AFL, I love it, but I can't watch my Pies play live. Will cost me TV, says Mark Biffin. That's fair. That's a behind. Why is Jeremy Howe on kick? Jeremy Howe, mate, you're like 55 years old. Stop taking all the kick-ins. You shouldn't be on kick-ins at all. Like, you've been injured for so long. And I don't understand. So Craig McRae lied. He said that Dan Houston was going to take all the kick-ins. And from what I've seen, he's had a few, but he hasn't taken all of them by any means. Laverty, good mark. Go back to Whitfield. Whitfield's there. Yes! +6 for Whitfield. Keep going, son. So Nick Dacos playing 4 at the moment. So Ash gets another +6 from Whitfield here. So Ash looking to go sideways there. Ash ignoring on purpose, says Katafi. I don't think he's been ignoring on purpose per se. But there's been a couple of times it's been annoying where he hasn't passed it to Whitfield. Oh, he bloody kicked it too quickly. Liverpool was literally just making a lead, then he bloody kicked it away. He's on 97. Like, I've got nothing to complain about, but obviously the more that I can get, because he's got the buy, the better, and because Josh Dacos isn't too far behind. Oh, that's going to... Nah, Crisp is there. I think Houston's in the goal. Is that Houston? No, side... Wait, so why is side bottom in the goal? Oh, there's Houston. Whitfield's might get there first. No, Howe's going to... No, Membry's going to get there. It takes out of bounds. God damn it. Houston not having the best game real life, says Fresh Prince Oz. I remember that Rockless season. It was hell not owning him, says Fresh Prince Oz. Daniel says, only having Houston in this game, watching my rank go from 187 to who knows. Yeah, this would be a game if you didn't have many from this game. It's probably a good thing you didn't watch. Probably a good thing I brought Whitfield in, because if I didn't bring Whitfield in, I had to watch this game and see Whitfield, the Dacos brothers, Ash all rack up. I couldn't handle it. Is that a free kick to Gothard? Yep. Gothard into the pocket to Briggsy. It's good mark from Briggsy, considering he had a number of players that were there. Houston, man, any danger? Says John. I'm fine if they kick to each other, works both ways, says Ben. I agree. Yep. Hogan lining up for goal here. Where's the kick-ins for Houston, says Ben. Agreed. I don't care. I'm getting Nakos next week. Scott Penderbury out, says Dylan. Is he really? Is he injured, or is it just like a management thing again? So what have we got? 2 minutes to go. So still plenty of time in this game. I wouldn't mind if Hogan misses this and then hope that Houston gets a kick in. Okay, he's missed it. Now, is Houston going to get the kick in? He really should be. If he's getting all the kick-ins, it's something like this where he can wait in the goal square. Okay, Houston's got the kick-in. We'll take that. So he's getting himself to... I think he'd be near 60 now. And that'll be out of bounds. I wouldn't mind one more kick from Whitfield just to end the quarter. Just to get to triple figures. A tight Achilles, says John and Katale. Pennery's Achilles injury. Yep. Yeah, so probably just a management thing. He's probably fine. Well, I hope he's fine. Wouldn't want any serious injury when he's so close to the gains record. I love watching all my next week trade-in targets. Price skyrocket, says Red Lighting. How bad is Giants goal kicking? Yeah, what is it? 5-10. Yeah, 5-10 to 9-5. They should be a lot closer. They've had one more scoring shot. Need some more Giants behinds, lol, says Ben. Yeah, we do, because we need Houston some kick-ins, because he's not getting as much of the ball sort of just on his own accord, right? He needs his kick-ins. Toby Green. Is Houston going to get a touch? No. Oh, leak. That's almost took the mark there. No, out of bounds. So we've got a minute 14 to go in the quarter. Someone get a wire to McRae, tell them to kick to Houston. Yeah, they haven't looked for him as much tonight. They were looking for him all the time the other night. Maybe it's just a game just hasn't quite gone. It's just been a game that hasn't gone his way, really. I'm not too concerned. Like, it's been Josh Dacos tonight that's got all of it. That should be deliberate. Has to be deliberate. Yeah. Just kicked it out. Maynard, what are you doing? You can't do that, man. Go away. There's a reason why a lot of people don't like you, mate, because you're just bloody annoying. You're just an absolute pest. Wonder if this will be a goal. Huge quarter. Ash and Goth just got 15 points in about 3 minutes. Yeah, it's been a good quarter for both. Here's Nick. Oh, that could be holding the ball there. No. I thought it could have been. Because he tried to sort of jump and try and shrug the tail as he came down. And Nick will get one. Oh, no. I thought he would have got one for high there. Probably evens out in the end. Maynard's a flog, says Ben. Need Ash to junk in the last quarter at the VC on him, says Mega Bear. I probably should have updated Captain's Challenge to put Nick Dacos at number 5 instead of Ash, just because of the no tag. Is this Whitfield? No, it's Oliver. Whitfield short. Oh, Oliver, man, you didn't even look. Just banged it long. Nick Dacos handball. That is an incredible handball from Nick Dacos there. And 3/4 time. 3/4 time. Surely no one likes him, says Ben. Off topic, but I'll never forget that Watchalong when Jacos had like 80 points in the last quarter. Yep, agreed. I have Maynard, to be honest, just annoying. I hate Maynard. Oh, okay, that's what you're saying. Alrighty. Well, 3/4 time's come, and let's go to the scores. Actually, hang on. So how does Giants GWS not kick straight, says Callum Fife. Yeah, fair enough. Rob Seaver says, if people hadn't noticed, quite coincidentally, it was the top 4 teams on the ladder having a bye this round. There you go. Nick is going to outscore Whitfield, says Lee. I was expecting probably that to happen anyway, to be honest. Why is Houston not going well? Tough matchup, but does he bounce back? He's just had a quieter game. It's fine. Swap modes to Cozzy last night, and now Dacos to Zorko. This is a very hard watch, says NJ. Yeah, it would be. Yep. But let's go through his scores. So Nick Dacos on 100 at 3/4 time, absolutely dominating. Wish I had him. I don't have him. It's painful, but it is what it is. Whitfield's on 97. Obviously very happy with that. 23 points this last quarter to get a 120 I'd be very happy with that. Because he'd make a little bit of cash, which would be good. Finn Callan 88. It's going along very nicely. Josh Dacos 86. Going well as well, considering the lower TOG. It's up to 71 now, which it was down at like in the 50s after the first quarter. Oliver 81, Ash on 80, Thomas 74, Long 70, Schultz 66. Oh, damn, I forgot to pick Schultz back up in draft. I dropped him last week on bye. Oh, well. Fonte's on 60. That's okay. You take that. That's fine enough. Briggs is on 57. Houston 56, right? A 24-point quarter here gets into an 80. That can easily be done. He can have a 30-point quarter and get to an 86 from here. So I still got hope that he can get to an okay score from here. Toby Green 53, Leak 51. That's okay. Still an option if he keeps going. Steen 47. That's not bad as well, right? So Steeny's had 7 touches, 2 marks, 17 hit-outs and a goal. So, and he was the number 1 ruck again that quarter. So he could be an option as a downgrade next week. To go 44. Cogs 41. Quiet from Cogs. Cameron 41. That's very quiet. Gothard 39. Bit quiet as well. Hannaford 22. He's been a little bit quiet in his debut. And there we go. And Jesse Hogan's only on 19 for those draft owners. So, yeah, a few quiet players here, but obviously some of the big boys have obviously been busy, like your Dacos, Whitfield, Callahan, Josh Dacos, Oliver, Ash, all going along really nicely. So, Whitfield's at 80% TOG now. So, you had the smaller break in that quarter there. What's that? 25 touches, 7 marks. So, they're the marks that we were looking for. 3 tackles also really helps because instead that from that being a 85, it's a 97. So, yeah, no, impressed with what I've seen from Whitfield so far. Houston's on track for an 80 score, not a worry. Oh, he's not quite on track for an 80, but I get it, right? You can still easily get an 80 from here. Yep, agreed. You read my Bryce Cotton comment, NBL game winner crazy. No, I didn't see it, Ben. What happened? What happened? We won? I'm assuming we won based on that. Kopemba Hume has the best chance of getting game time out of Zach Ostelski and Vicentini. Probably Zach Ostelski because he can play forward, defence or ruck. So there's more chance, whereas Vicentini needs something to happen to sweep for him to get in. But they've probably just got as good a chance as any, right? An injury or two happens and they're in. Adelaide won with shot on the buzzer. Okay, I'll have to go back and watch that. But no, good. Because we're playing the Sydney Kings, aren't we? I just want them to bury Kendrick Davis after all the bloody crap he's bloody said after. Was it game 2 tonight of the NBL finals? There's the NBI. I was trying to find the NBI. 1-1 versus... Okay, so yeah, it's 1-1 now. Yeah, right. Cotton drove from other side of the court. Davis shot 6 of 39. Haha, sucked in. Yeah, there you go. I'm just having a look at it here. Box score. Cotton was 8 of 20. But again, no one else went with him, right? Cameron, 17 points. DJ only had 12. Cheatham, 7. Humphrey, 6. Jenkins on the bench had 14. And Rakasevich only had 7. So there's not, again, a lot of people scoring points. Cotton can't do it all. Like, I know that he did it all tonight, but yeah, there you go. Kendrick Davis, 6. Kendrick Davis, 6 of 25. That's hilarious. But the Kings have got more people that can contribute on a night-to-night basis. The Xerxes don't seem to have that at the moment. Who do you want to win, Bale, says Dylan. I tip Collingwood, so I'll say Collingwood. If Collingwood are up by a few goals with 5 minutes left, hopefully Houston isn't on the bench. There's probably a good chance he is, to be honest, but I hope he isn't. Got both as purple dots as Kobe. I'll talk about Vistini and Zach Kostelski. Very reliant on him, says Ben. Yeah, we are, and that's the problem. It'd be good if we had like 2 guys that got it done every game, because then if one had a bad game, you wouldn't be relying on the other. Whereas it feels like if Cotton has a bad game, it's like we're cooked. Like we don't have anyone that can stand up. Humphreys is a good player, just not confident, I guess. He has massive games, but then he also has games where he's really quiet. It'd be good if he's just consistent. Like if he just did like 10 and 10 a night, almost 15 and 10 a night, that'd be great. But he sort of has games where he'll score like 25 and 10, and then you have a game where he has like 2 points and 6 rebounds. It's like, what are you doing? Like, got to do a bit more on a nightly basis. If Houston can just get involved in the chip mark game, there's a chance he can ton up. Oh, 100%. We saw, but anything's possible. After what, like Josh Dacos went from 50 points last year against Gold Coast, and last quarter had 82 points, got to 132. Okay, that's not going to happen very often, but players have scored 50 points in a quarter and got and tonned up from that. I remember there was a game, actually, Josh Dacos against Geelong or Hawthorn was on about 54 at three-quarter time and got like a 48-point last quarter and got like a 104 or something. So hopefully no bullets this week because I can go track to McInerney. And Blackston and Josh Dacos only have ZZ top as a red dot, says Mega Bear. I don't know who was on the bench to start there. I missed it there. But there you go. Darcy Cameron's starting in the CBA. So it's been a clear thing where 2 quarters Darcy Cameron's the main ruck, 2 quarters Steen's been the main ruck. And it's been first and third for Steen and then second and fourth for, what's the name? So there's Josh Dacos with a kick, Nick Dacos with a mark and a kick. So brothers just going to each other. And that'll be a mark to McStay. That's frustrating. We need Collingwood to blow the margin out, says Tommy. I wanted to stay consistent because both teams will chip around. Now, I've obviously got Whitfield and Houston, so I've got one on both. If no bullets, I go Blaggerson out, grilled defence, and get in Will Brodie, then Sharp to best rookie. Yeah, exactly, right? We got a couple options if Brodie goes well. We've got a few guys that are cheaper that we got as options at the moment. McStay, that's going to be a goal. I was really hoping that would miss. It was looking like I was going to miss it, and it bloody came back. See what I mean? And it's annoying, right? Collingwood have been extremely accurate tonight, and we've got no kick-ins for the Giants boys. And then Giants have been extremely inaccurate, and we've got kick-ins for Collingwood, but not all of them have gone to Dan Houston, which is annoying, right? So it's like, if Giants get a point, Collingwood get a point, you know who's taking the kick-in. It's Whitfield or Ash. It's one of the two. Whereas Collingwood, is it Houston? Is it Moore? Is it Josh Dacos? Is it Maynard? Is it Howe? We don't know because they all take kick-ins. Quain has taken some kick-ins as well. Did Nakos get a +4 for that tackle? He might have. He's on 110. So maybe. I don't know what tackle it was. I didn't see. But he's on 110 already, which is just painful because so many people have got him and it's just not smart for me to pay up for someone at that. Like, we all can, right? And we probably should because he's so good. But it's not smart to pay up for someone like near 120. But he just keeps getting it done. Like another kick there. He'll be up to 113 now. And here's McStay again. Please kick it behind here. Yeah, 112 for Dacos. Owning Dacos brothers is like fantasy porn. So relaxing as a fantasy coach, knowing you own both. Did Dacos get a +4 for that? Yeah, so 4. Tommy Gardner, we're interesting to see if Brody or Watkins hold their spot when one comes back in. If Brody goes well, I think it's goodbye Watkins. Potentially. Mate, it wasn't a real tackle, just a light hug. Yeah. But we know sometimes they get these little crap tackles added. Punch it through. Whitfield kick in. Now play on. I normally am quite confident he plays on, but after seeing that ridiculous kick in where he didn't play on, so he just bounced the ball, which that should be play on, even if he doesn't go. Out of the square, mate. Get the ton, Whitfield. Yeah, you played on. Out of the square. Good. There's the ton for Whitfield. And if they come back this side, there's a chance he gets a +6. No, don't handball. Go to your left. Go to your left. Whitfield's there. Is that Whitfield? No, it's Fonte. Why is Fonte there? Oh, Fonte, that's an awful kick. And why did they go to Fonte when... Side bottom, that's a miss. So this will be an Ash kick in, I'd imagine. Because I don't think Whitfield's close enough for the kick in. Yeah, Ash kick in. I think it says Ash's first kick in for the night, actually. I think Whitfield's taken all of them bar this one. Because Ash has just done all his work around the ground. I wouldn't mind a short kick to Whitfield. Go to Whitfield. Go to Whitfield. Ash, go to Whitfield, man. You've got him right there. He didn't even look once. You idiot. Just ignored like 3 times there. And they've turned over again, the Giants. See what I mean? When they don't kick to Whitfield, they turn it over. That's just dumb football. And that was Ash's fault. Ash took too long to make a decision, kicked in the pocket to Fonte, and then Fonte with a shit kick as well. Took way too long. So Fonte and Ash there with that mistake. And unfortunately, Ash is a very good player, but he does that too much. He just stuffs up a kick in or stuffs up a kick coming out of the defence. And it's almost like he loses concentration for like a split second. And just doesn't hit the target. And goal for Elliott. So, really frustrating. Whitfield should have got involved multiple times there and got ignored and nothing. I imagine Brody going to have a role he loves and excels at, says Kobe. I hope so. Feeling happy, feeling both the Dacos boys in Houston. Hope Houston picks up in the last quarter, says Mark. But I think we've got to get Nacos, says Ben. Lee, Ash always ignores Whitfield. Whitfield always gives it to Ash. Told you, says Getafe. Yeah, I've seen it tonight. He's looked at him a few times and hasn't passed to him. So, margin looking good for some Collingwood junk later on, says Tommy. I love tomorrow, says nothing wrong with Ash kicking 100% on Fonte. Well, it was more that Ash took way too long to make a decision. The kick-in was fine, but he dribbled for like 4 or 5 steps and then made a slow kick-in instead of making a quick decision where they had open numbers on the other side. That's more my point. Was that a free kick against Whitfield there? Don't know if that was against Whitfield or not. I really hope that wasn't against Whitfield. Side bottom. Yeah, no, it was a free kick against Whitfield. I didn't see exactly what it was for, but hopefully Whitfield gets a kick and goes back to a ton here. Yeah, Whitfield kick in here, and he's going to play on. So he's back to the ton. Oh, no, 99. Make that because he handballed it. That's really annoying. There's Laverty. Where's Whitfield? No, handball to Ash. Go to Cogs, Fonte. Didn't even look inside. You went out. Cogs has got like 3 Collingwood players around him. What are you handballing to him for? Like, some of the Giants' disposals tonight has been very questionable. They just don't make good decisions at all in that defence. Oh, there's my mate from my work as well, actually in the front row. That's funny. By the way, Cotton got in Davis's face after the game, and it was crazy. Yeah, I'll have to watch that back. Nothing. Is Callaghan a target after his bye, or is he the obvious tag target? I still think he's the tag target, but there's Whitfield with a handball, so he goes to a 101. There's Ash again. See, Ash does that too much. He gets himself into trouble. Like, it's a good kick, but he does take a little bit too long sometimes to dispose the ball. And looks like Tom's be lining up for goal. GWS only 5 goals. Yeah, because I haven't used it well. Whitfield been disappointing second half, says Lee. No, I don't think so. No, he was on 77. Half time? Got to 97? Okay, third quarter a little bit quiet, but he's on 101 with still heaps of quarter to go. He'll come off now for a little break, and then he'll finish off the game, so it's fine. Every time I see Thomas, I half think it's Whitfield. Yeah, I also think the same thing, Fresh Prince Oz. Ash is good for fantasy, but he isn't the best halfback in the game. No, Dylan, he's not. He turns it over a bit too much. Goal for Thomas. I think that keeps him just in touching distance. I just want Whitfield to get to a 120 from here. I'll be happy with a 120. Red lighting says Houston in all capitals. Still on 56 for Houston. That Ben saying not even top 15. Oh, no, I'd have him in the top. I'd have him in the top 10. Ash, because he still provides a lot of run and carry. Just sometimes his disposal can be questionable. He just gets himself into a little bit too much trouble. Like he'll run himself almost into a dead end. He's not thinking like 2-3 steps ahead. He's always thinking about that. Excuse me. Oh no, for a second I thought Houston was at half forward. But it was just the fact that Collingwood are going the other way. I just forgot about. Yeah, so Whitfield's on the bench at the moment. And there's Ash +6. They just look for Ash all the time. I really wish Ash wasn't racking up as much as he is, just to be a bit quieter, so bloody Whitfield can just do his thing. And there's Ash again, another handball. Go away, Ash. Seriously, very, very annoying. Houston, we got a problem, says John. Oh no, I'm not too concerned just yet. It's one game that it might not be as big a score as what he has done. I think some of us may have got, I don't know, like I probably had my expectations a bit higher as well, right? I thought 2 120s in a row. Here's Josh Dale. See, Josh Dale's kick-in. So, Craig McRae, don't lie to us and say that Houston's going to take all the kick-ins when Houston was right there and Dacos took it. Don't lie to us, mate. So Josh Dales with a kick in there. So he'll be up to 95 now. No, so they're just not chipping it around tonight. They're just not getting involved in this chip. And Houston's not getting in on it. Need some Dacos junk time, says Kobe. Definitely not. Definitely not. I think they've got enough. 119 for Nick is plenty. And 92 for Josh is plenty. So I don't need any more Dacos chip. I need Whitfield chip, and I need Houston to actually do something. That's what I need. I've actually got Whitfield and Supercoach, so I'm happy to own him tonight, says Fresh Prince Oz. I know my team, Houston Rockets, so hopefully that happens. Oh, there you go. Josh and Nick ran to each other there. No disposal. No, Josh got a handball. Go away, Dacos, man. Both of them can just piss off. This is why I hate doing Collingwood Watchalongs when I don't own either. Because they just rack up the ball at will, and I just can't enjoy it. Punch the ball out and get Whitfield on. Get Whitfield on. He's had a long enough break. Get him on. All right, Ash coming off, Whitfield on. Whitfield, mate, 12 and a half minutes. Just get, 19 more points from here? Coach is always talking crap to the media without any regard to fantasy coaches. Well, no, they're not going to care about fantasy, right? But don't say that Houston's going to take we want to take in all the kick-ins and get him involved when they haven't looked for him anywhere near as much tonight. Could we trade Vis to Steen, says Katale. Yeah, it's something I'm looking at. Depending on what Steen ends up with He probably should hold his spot. He's played all right tonight. So, yeah, someone I'm looking at R3, like Vicentine down to him will bank a couple 100K, and that could be an upgrade. Toby Green's at it, not a free kick for high. Gothard with the tackle. Houston 0-point quarter says Lee. Yeah, hasn't touched it yet. I wouldn't be shocked if he bloody doesn't touch it for a while, then goes off with like 6 minutes to go. There's Whitfield with a handball. That should probably hold the ball against him there. There's bloody Dacos again. Someone tackle him, please. There's Laverty. Angwin. Whitfield's not there. Angwin just playing on quickly without looking. That's a dumb decision. What, Angwin, what are you doing there, man? Like, you just played on without even looking if anyone was there and turned it over. And here's Nick Dacos again, just going to get another free disposal. Does anyone want to actually pick him up? Is that going to be a goal? No. Should be a Whitfield kick in. Yeah, Whitfield kick in. Play on out of square. Play on. Yeah, good. He played on. Cool. Go back to Whitfield. Whitfield short. Go to Whitfield. Whitfield's right there. He's right there. Kick to Whitfield, Fonty, you idiot. Kick it to him. Now you've handballed it to him at least, but far out. And Whitfield just handballing again. Whitfield's handballed way too much tonight. And Fonty again getting himself into trouble. That was all Fonty's fault. Again, had an easy +6. Had Whitfield standing there for an eternity. Instead, he decides he's going to handball to him, put him under pressure. Oh, here we go. Houston. Houston getting a free mark here. Lining up for goal. Could be a +12. The issue is that not looking for Houston is working, says Red Lighting. Oh, hopefully he goes well here. Houston's break-even's going to be pretty crap now, surely. Another bad score and I'm jumping off. Can't have 70, 80 with Primo's going 115, says Ben. No one bothers to tag Dagos anymore. He's averaging 120 this season. Ben says 108 for Whitfield. Fonty's in all sorts down there, says Kataffi. Here we go, Dan Houston. Set shot. Houston goal final, please. Fonty is a peanut. Houston. Yes, that's where you want. Houston goal. Thank you. That's better. That'll move him to, is that 68 now? Yeah, Houston on 68. So he's 2 +6s and he's on 80. So like people like Jesus Christ, that was bloody stupid. Anyway, we've all been complaining about Houston, but he's 2 +6 away from 80. So and he's still got over half the quarter to go. Still plenty of time. But the fact that Nick Dacos is on 128 with that long is scary. And if you jumped on, you'd be pretty happy. Because he's just dominated again. And a lot of people probably gone in VC and you're going to benefit from it. So congrats if you've done that. I didn't. I brought him in Supercoach for Petrarca, so I'm happy I've got him somewhere, but I'd much rather him in fantasy. This guy was saving him a couple more +6 for Houston and he's done enough. Yeah, great. There's another kick for Callahan. Almost a mark for Brown there. It's a good kick, McStay. Good stuff, Fonty. Pick it up, Houston, says Dean. And Membry Mark. Wouldn't mind a behind here. I told you Dacos going full Gadge this season, says Fresh Prince Oz. Dacos VCO hopefully pushes on to 150, says Elizeno. 128's a good score. I'll be happy if he stops from now. That would be nice. Didn't VC, but still chuffs, says Castle Riches. I should have gone Nakos. My gut said it before Bedford wasn't playing Nakos. Easy 130. I wish I put him in my top 5 captains. He was at number 6, so he's just outside. Nakos might birth taking his VC score, says Mark Biffin. Well, if you've got him VC, don't take it yet. You don't want to bloody jinx anything. Bloody memory. Can Collingwood actually miss some goals? Like, They keep kicking way too straight. Like, it's good for them, but far out, I want some kick-ins. Nick Dacos, no, I want 1/5 as Alexander. Well, I don't. So, I brought in Dacos and VC goes against my value way of thinking, but just thought the way the game is going, people wouldn't be able to run with him. Yeah, and that's what I mean, right? Is that a lot of teams just don't have anyone to run with him, and with the way the game's going, I might have to bring him in next week, He's going to be more expensive. I might just have to go stuff it. Parish. See you later. Nick Dacos. I probably won't. I probably got to play it smart and just not go with him, but it's going to be painful until I can get him in. It still does shock me a little bit that some teams don't tag him. Like, some teams just don't worry about it. Brought in Nakos and don't VC in case for tag. Zorko with VC into Shees was safer. That's what I went with as well. His break-even's 89. Yeah, so he's getting away from anyone that doesn't have him. Which sucks as a non-owner, but it's just the way it is, unfortunately. Here's Whitfield. That's to 110. So I'd love 10 more points. I'd love, 10 more points would be really nice. Just to get that 120, just with the buy, would be good. Can see she's doing anything, says Mega Bear. The best time to get Dacos was in the beginning. There was always a chance that would be the cheapest time to get him. Mr. Dacos VC, still going Zorka into Shees or Shees into Butters, says Katale. Yeah, I'm doing Zorka into Shees, but yeah, both of those options are good. Here's Dacos again with a Torps. That's up to into the 130s. Schultz could probably go to goal from here. I wouldn't mind Houston running around the back and kick another goal. Is that to... Why? Like Schultz, there's no reason that you had to pass to Nick Dacos there. Like, it's lovely for those that own him, but it is shit for us that don't. Like, there was no reason. Is that a free for Whitfield? Yes! Thanks, Degoe. Thank you. All right, Whitfield, one more +6, mate. One more +6 is what I'm after. Still more time, so anything more would be amazing, but one more +6 will be really good. But we saw that. There was no reason for them to go to Nick Dacos there. Absolutely no reason for them to chip it short to Nick. Like, Schultz was 50 out from goal, and he didn't need to. But he thought, let's give it to Nick again. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. It is great for those who've got him, but disgusting as someone that doesn't. He's up to 137 now. I can't even enjoy Whitfield's score because of this. Love how Ash gets little bench stints and Whit gets stuck on the pine, says Ben. Yeah, I know. Yep. Yeah. Just the way it goes. Elzo, Nick Douglas will be very well above 1.2 million next week. Very tough to trade him in now. Yeah, we're just going to have to wait till he gets cheaper, if he gets cheaper. It's a good kick from Leake. Surely Dunkley goes to him in round 4. I would like to think so. He went to Door. Surely they've got to do something. Brisbane can't just bloody let him run free. But even if he gets tagged, I don't think he's going to get tagged 2-3 weeks in a row to get him that much cheaper. Chip it around while Josh is off, says Castle Riches. Behind. Okay, Houston, take the kick in. I just saw him run away. Maynard taking kick in now. He's probably going to get the +6 here, Houston. So we'll take that. So Houston with a +6. So that's a better result than taking the kick in. Nick Douglas is going to get another touch here, isn't he? Cronin's going to give it to him, I think. That's on the ball. Oliver, don't take the advantage. No, what are we doing? There was no reason to take the advantage there. God damn it. Houston almost there, says Fresh Prince. Yeah, just one more +6 and he gets his 80. So if Whitfield had Ash's bench stints, he'd be already on 120. This game's bullshit. Nick's teammates don't even look for him, says Dylan. There's Nick again. He just somehow find that he didn't get the kick in there. I'd be funny that Cham Dud will probably add that kick to him. There's Josh with a handball. He's going to get another touch here. Josh, go away. Oh, where's Whitfield? If Giants get the ball here, no, they're not going to. McCreary's going to have a shot, I think. No, he's going to pass it off. Ash, you got Whitfield. Please give it to Whitfield here, just to give him the 120. And he handballs to him instead. So Whitfield 116. So Ash gets the +6 there, and he gives the handball, so Whitfield can't get it as much. Ash, look inside. Look inside, man. Does he doesn't actually ever look inside. He always looks to go, down the line. Is Nick Douglas just going to get another? Here's Whitfield. Whitfield, yes. He's at 119 now. One more touch, Whitfield. One more touch to get the 120. One more. McRae's on track. Says all kickouts for Houston. Well, he definitely has not taken them all. Josh is back on already, says Castle Riches. Yep. Well, Dacos Manufacturing and BS kicked there. Yeah, that'll get taken away because it wasn't him that kicked it. I think Ash just doesn't want Whitfield getting fancy points, says Dylan. No, I feel like he doesn't at times. Houston on the bench, says Redline. There you go. Houston on the bench, and he'll be stuck on the bench now. Why does he have to go onto the bench every time when the game is done? Like, he always goes onto the bench when there's 5 minutes to go in the game when he could get some cheap marks, and he just doesn't get it. So like Josh Davis on there, Josh Davis will get all of them. Like he'll get a +6 here, just for seriously, all because bloody Houston's off the ground at the moment. This should be Houston getting the +6s. Like, and Josh Davis will stay back here and he'll get another one, or he'll get the handball receive. Yep. So there you go. Josh Dale's up to 108. David Paddy says Dan 74. Old mate's ears cook, says Tommy. Who knows, maybe Houston took some kickouts. Would have been 90. Well, if you took all of them, it'd be on 90. Where's Whitfield? Oh, there he is. Just one more touch for Whitfield, and I'll be happy. Should get that checked ASAP. Don't want to blow an eardrum. Larry called it. I said, wait for Houston to go to bench when 5 minutes left when Collingwood are up. Yeah, I know. You called it, Tommy, and I believed you. I thought that would happen as well. And unfortunately, it's happened again. And he's probably not going to come back on. Whitfield handball. There's the 120. Thank you very much. Thank you. Like, I really want him to get some more points to get away from Josh Dacos. Actually holding the ball against Quainer. Should have been holding the ball. Wasn't paid. Toby Green. Toby. Free kick for Stringer. Stringer goes sideways. No. Why does he never bloody passes either? Bloody Jake Stringer. He always goes long. Never looks for a free opponent. A free teammate, sorry. He always goes bloody to a contest. Absolute spud. Hogan needs to be dropped, says Karen. They're not going to drop Hogan. More chip and no injury at the start of the game. Josh Davis goes 130, 140 here too. Great option for next week. I think he's too expensive. I think they like him. The Dacos players are too expensive now to jump on. But people probably still will, because obviously how good they are. I don't want Collingwood chipping it around now. There's no point for them. We don't need them chipping around. Now to be out of bounds on the full. That's out in the full. Free kick for Iden, and they took too long. Whitfield was free, and now he's not. Whitfield. Oh, they're not going to go to him, are they? No. I think Whitfield could. I don't know if Whitfield's going to get 2 any more points from here. No way Houston will be stunned upon rest of the game. Pure rage bait. Oh, no, he will. He's done this before, where he was off at the 6 minutes to go, and he just hasn't come back on. Really didn't want that ball smothered because that would have gone to Whitfield, but get the handball to Whitfield. Himmelberg, thank you. Whitfield with a kick again. Great kick to Stringer. That's why Whitfield should be still the 1A back there, because his kicking is so much better. He made one mistake, I remember, from a kick that he turned it over straight away, but always use it well. Good kick, Whit, says Getafe. Agreed. Yep. And I know I'm only saying that because I've got him now, but there's a goal for Stringer. I wonder if Houston comes back on, if they just leave him off. What's the confetti on the screen? Are you guys seeing that? You guys said that was confetti just on the script. What was that for? Look how good of a kick Whitfield is, and everyone else like Ash just turns it over. I'm not as bothered by Jacobs because I've got Sinclair and he's got the pig genes in him. In my opinion, Ash isn't a good footballer, has lots of the ball, but turns it over heaps. He just has to work on his disposal. Like, his running carry's great, and he does have games where he uses it really well, but there are a lot of games where he just doesn't. Oh, Stringer 400 goals. Okay, that's why. I was like, there has to be a reason why there's confetti. 400 goal. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, Houston back on, says Ben. Okay, now we need some chip. One more +6 for Whitfield. One more +6 for Houston. I'll be quite happy. Because it'll be a 130 for Whitfield, an 80 for Houston, considering he's been quiet. Here's Whitfield. That'll be a kick. So Whitfield up to 127. That one wasn't the best kick. He turned over. Don't let Josh Dacos get a +6 here. Don't let him get it. No. I need Whitfield to be like 20, 30 points up of Josh Dacos from here. No, Josh Dacos is going to get it here, isn't he? This is shit. And Dan Houston won't get it here. Nah. And Josh Dacos free for another one. Oh, this is disgusting. Piss off. This is disgusting. He's up to 120 now. What an absolute sham. Thought for a second that there would be 30, maybe 20 points difference between him and Whitfield. Now there's like barely any. 7 points. And I could have just got Josh Dacos for 120 and not worried about it. Nick on the bench now, says DJ. At least I don't have to do that anymore. How's Leakey going eye test? Brutal. He looks okay. I think he's done okay. Whether he holds his spot or not will be the question. Come on, Collingwood, just get one more clearance forward. Give it to Whitfield. Give it to Whitfield. Gothard, give it to Whitfield. Give it the handball to Whitfield, man. Ricard, they just ignored Whitfield like 5 times there. I just want one more kick. One more kick would be lovely. Play on, Chris. Good play on. Thank you. Go forward. Go forward. Go forward. Side bottom. Go forward. Don't go back. Come on, Whitfield. Go Whitfield. It's handball. Get it again. Give it to Gothard. Someone give it to Whitfield. One more touch. Just want the 130. 120, I can't complain. It's still essentially 130, but is that a free kick against Hogan? One more Houston +6. Where's Houston? Callum Brown just... Oh, no. Wait, why'd the clock keep counting down? Kept counting down. That was surprising. Bro, he's on 127. Don't get greedy. Easiest was to get mozzed, says Angus. Oh, mate, I brought him in off when he's got a bike car. I needed as many points. And considering Josh Dacos was only 9 points behind him, I needed more. It would have just been better going Josh Dacos. Still very happy with the trade in, but would have just been better going Josh because I'm going to get him. I would have had him next week and got the 120 this week. 78 for Houston, not too bad. He must have got a tackle then. Giants surprisingly outscored Collingwood overall in fantasy. Oh, just because he had the chip. But yeah, let's go through these scores. So we got what? Nick got 140. Just, it's very painful not owning. I really wish I owned him. 120 off of Whitfield, obviously very, very happy with that as a trade-in. But Josh Dacos going 120 probably doesn't mean I get the benefit of it. Like, if Josh Dacos went 90, then I would have got the benefit from that. But because he went big as well, I didn't quite see the benefit. Whitfield had 39 disposals. And like, I felt like he could have had more. I didn't feel like he had 39. I felt like he got ignored a fair bit. But yeah, Josh got 120, Callahan 116, Sidebottom 110, Ash 104, Oliver 103, Chris 100. Fonty how did Fonty get 89? He had 10 marks. That's ridiculous. What else we got here? Houston 78. Yeah, he must have got a tackle. Yeah, he got a tackle. Okay, I'll take that. 78. Considering he was pretty quiet, to get to 78 still is not bad. If that's going to be his quietest game, 78 isn't awful. Briggs got to 70 in the end. Leak got 63. That's okay. Not a must get in, but is an option if he's still there post the bye. Toby Green 60, disappointing. Darcy Cameron 59, disappointing. Gothard 57. Cogs 53. Steen 52. Like, he's not a must get in by any means, but if he's there, he could be an option as the rookie next week. If we need an option, if Farrow pops, we go Farrow, but Steen is there. To go 52. Hannaford 32. Hogan 22. That's quiet. But yeah, so all in all, my player's okay. Obviously just hurts not having Nick or Josh and them both going big. Thing I'm scared about is Walsh, says Ben. There's a chance that Jagger gets the tag. Probably not likely, but it could happen. Never seen Bale so pissed with the 129, says Jato. Yeah, I know. It's probably one of the flattest I felt for a 129, to be fair, because Josh got so close and I didn't have Nick. So if the Dacos brothers didn't play tonight, I'd be ecstatic. I'd be over the moon. But because I only gained, say, 9 points. So, but like, right, if Josh goes like, say, 90 next week, but I get an 81 from my rookie that I get for instead of Whitfield next week, then I haven't lost anything, but I haven't gained anything either. I was hoping to have a Whitfield pop score, a Josh Dacos okay score, like a 90, gain 30 points here, and then gain it on the other end. But, yeah. Anyway, still happy with 129. It's funny how all these experts go Valley. Now they're scratching their heads wondering how they're going to get Dacos. Yeah, I'm still not wondering how I'm going to get Dacos. I've just accepted I'm just not going to get Dacos now for however long, like months. I couldn't get him this week anyway because I already had 8 mids, and it just felt silly getting another mid when I had only 5 defenders. And I had Berg and Rosie. I had no DPP to trade Berg out, so I was sort of forced into getting a defender. It would have been Petrarca to Dacos. But, yeah. Oh, well, that's okay. I only lost 11 points, right? Because no one's really going to have Whitfield and Dacos. Probably only got 1. So I technically only lost 11, so I'll take it. Oh, well, at least we have Whitfield, and you'll be a target for other people. But you would still say Josh Dacos is too expensive next week. I think so. He'll be priced like 110 next week. Josh Dacos, I don't think he's going to average 110 from here. And they'll be like, the reason that I don't think Josh will be a target next week is because anyone that doesn't have Nasir or Whitfield will be able to get them cheaper post their buy. So you just wait a week. That's probably what I'm thinking. And maybe Colby's an option for people next week if he goes well against the Bombers at halfback. This is what Port Houston used to score on his down games. Yeah, exactly what I mean, right? So like he's going to have down games. He's going to have games where he goes well. Yeah, and Hens are exactly right. The fact he gave us 2 120s and gets a 78 is acceptable. That's fine, right? If he goes another poor score next week, we'll start getting a little bit concerned, but he's fine. We got bigger issues than Dan Houston. Have Ash, Josh Dacos, and Houston still drop rank? Yeah, you would have, right? A lot of people would have had Nick Dacos maybe straight captain. They would have had him in. Few teams out. There would have been some teams out there that would have had like both Dacos brothers and Ash in their team. I mean, you could also just rationalise it's having a round 3 buy defender because a lot of people went for Whitfield or Whitfield Sinclair. Yeah, exactly. That's why I went Whitfield, because I didn't have any of those guys. Henzer says, yeah, Dacos owned by well over 50%. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Kobe says, weird, Tanner Bryn and Houston going to be 2 low scorers this round. I hope they're my 2 low scores this round, but I think I'll have a few more that go less. Cookie Monster saved me this week, gets a good score, and allows me to flex to get both Dacos brothers, says Branny. Nicely done, mate. As a Collingwood supporter, but I did not trade Dacos in times 2. Mixed emotions, but happy with Jacos. Oh, why as a Collingwood supporter did I not trade in Dacos for both, but happy with Jacos? Okay, yeah, right, yep. Bob Gang Gaming says why Ash didn't want the ball fourth quarter. I think he got a fair bit of it in last week. He still had like 24 odd points, I think. So you won't be able to afford Dacos when he gets to 2 million. Henzer. No, it won't be. Clooney says, got both the Dacos boys. How good? Nicely done, mate. No way they'll be your lowest 2 players, says Cuthbridge. No, they won't. If you don't know Nick, don't watch Collingwood, says Lee. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing many Collingwood watch-alongs until I get Nick, put it that way. And it would almost be the game that I get Nick in. I'll do a watch along regardless of the time, pretty much, because it'll just be an enjoyable own, I'd imagine. Collingwood play Thursday night next week. Do I really want to do Brisbane Collingwood next Thursday night? Probably not, because I won't have either Josh or Nick, so I don't think I want to do that. And I'll be at the Good Friday game, the Crows and Dockers game. We're favourites at home. Interesting. West Coast Sydney. Geez, there's not many good games of Watchalongs next week. Actually, maybe the Watchalongs next Sunday night, I reckon. Bulldogs Essendon. That seems like one that could be one, especially with English. Because I won't have many West Coast and Sydney players. Maybe West Coast for the rookies. Maybe could do that one. But yeah, I don't think I'll be doing Thursday night. I just can't put myself through a watch along with that. So, oh crap, not with Mike. Love the content, Bales. Keep it up, mate. Thanks, Clooney. Appreciate it, mate. G Bales was worried about Josh Davis early. What a great player. I was worried just because he went down, but I was like, let's see what happens and see if he comes back on. There's definitely a world where Jacos averages 110 and Nakos averages 120. They're both so hungry, and Collingwood are trying to possess the ball more. Oh, no, there is definitely a world where it happens, right? But is Josh Dacos realistically going to average 110? Are we really at the point where we're paying 110 for Josh Dacos? I don't think we are. He's going to be good, but I think he's closer into the 105 or just below. I don't think he's going to average 110. I don't think. But he could. I don't know. Can't wait to watch Dacos live in person next week, says Branny. He'd be looking forward to that for sure. Who you looking to bring in next week, says John. Like in terms of guys on the bye, like guys like Bice, McInerney and Moore as the forwards, because I have to trade Petrarca because he's still on my team. But does Petrarca go to a mid? Do I bring a mid in maybe? There's a couple options there. Essendon going to get thrashed, says Angus. Would you consider Bont, or is the fixture run after Essendon too difficult? Yes, the fixture, the two reasons. One, he's very expensive, and I know we just talked about Dacos with that, so you can, people could go there. But he's got, I don't know in order, but he's got Sydney, Geelong, and Hawthorn in 3 weeks in a row. I think it might be like Hawthorn, Geelong, Sydney or something. That will be a O'Connor tag, or Blitzars, one of the two will go to Bont there. Then it will go into Hawthorn, which will definitely be Connor Nash. He goes from every time they play because they match up well. And then Sydney, it could be a Rowbottom or a Jordan, but they could go to Richards as well. So new rules are so good for outside mids and defenders, says Sean. I think 100%. I think 100% both average 110 plus, says Sean. Well, Sean, you should have told me this week, so I would have gone Josh Dacos because he would have been a little bit of value. I probably should have gone Josh Dacos over Zorko, to be fair. But oh well, what can you do? Honestly, do we sell Blackiston at this stage or wait for round 4? He gets DPP and we sell Visitani and put Blackiston R3, as he should still generate cash. But Brian will come back soon, right? He'll be back within the next probably month to 5 weeks. I think Brian will play VFL for a few weeks. I don't think they're going to rush someone like him back in, especially when they've got Blackiston there. So he might come in like a month's time. So Blackiston will have to go at some point. I don't think you're going to want to do Geelong. I don't think you're going to want to do Collingwood vs Brisbane if you don't have Porco either. Oh, I've got Zorko, so I could enjoy the Zorko watch, but it's going to be tough to watch the bloody Dacos brothers go about their business and not own either. Looking at running 2 rook forwards until we find a good one, says Branny. Yeah, and I could go Petrarca. I've got the ability to play Cook and Devrob on field, say. But I do like Dylan Moore and that, but is the upside enough there, or is there better options around the ground? It'd just be interesting to see what I do. In my backs is Zorko, Sinclair, Dacos, Houston, and also Nick quite satisfied, says David. Nicely done. Fonty was a good starting pick, says Ziggy. Yes, I agree. BDA says Hurts not having both the Dacos brothers and no Whitfield or Ash, and having Toby Green said, what a dud. Yeah, he's been a bad pick. He's been. I thought he was going to go much better playing in this midfield, but I think we have seen the last 2-3 years that the Giants midfielders just don't score. Finn Callaghan, the exception, but even he has games where a few in a row where he goes 90s. Like 116 is almost a ceiling score for for Finn just because he doesn't have many 130, 140 scores. Like, he had 35 disposals. And it was a 116. Like, in a way, like, there's guys like, if Bont has 35, he's going 140. Same with Dawson. Dawson doesn't really get there, but if he does, he's going 140. Went up to Nick Dacos and Zorko still have 1.132 million in the bank, says Casa Riches, where you got a lot of money to spend. And I might just go stuff it. Let's just go Parish next week to Nick Dacos. I might do that. And if I do that, I'll be doing a watch long for it. You better believe that. But I just don't know if I want to spend up at the moment. It's hard watching Nick at the moment, like not having him, because he just dominates every single game. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. But if you have enjoyed the watch song, do make sure you do smash a like on the watch song. It'd be very much appreciated. Make sure you subscribe as well. We do have a fair few people watching to end the watch song. We always get a few people that do tune in after the game. But so hello to you all. Don't jinx it, says Branny. Jinx what? What did I jinx? I don't know what I jinxed. Maybe I jinxed something. But let me have a look at my matchup in the Content Creators Cup. I want to see what Jordox... Because I think Jordox went Josh Dacos. Yeah, Jordox went bloody Josh Dacos and Brian Myers. A couple of 120s for him. I did get Whitfield, so I get 9 points back there. So I'm probably still down a tiny bit at the moment to Jordox. So who we got? So he's had... So Josh Dacos versus Whitfield. I've obviously got Zorko versus Caldwell, essentially. Then it's Windsor versus Blamires. But then he's got the extra player in DeConing. So he's got 22 and I've got 21. But I've got Sheasel. And then he's got Dobson. I've got Gallup. So I think I'm just going to fall short of Jordox this week. I'd need a big Zorko score. Probably get the job done. So, but we'll see. Marshall in there. Maybe doesn't go as big. So I guess we'll see, right? But I'm just having a look at the projections in the Content Creators Cup. I'm just who's over 1750 projected. So me and Jordox are at the moment. Mitch is projected for 1771. Muhammad 1768. And then Taezer 1785. Yes, Taezer brought in both the Dacos brothers, so he's pretty bloody happy with that at the moment. He's actually Taezer I think Taezer projected to score the most at the moment. Yeah, 1785 projected to score the most of all the coaches in there. So there you go. Harvey Thomas has been a sneaky good pick with a green run ahead, says Tron Trips. He did some annoying things, I think, that will annoy the coach, so just something to just keep an eye on. Hence, I hope it rains cats and dogs in WA tomorrow, so Murphy Reed scores 1 point. Porco needs to rack, says Will. Lee Trevor, what's your team name again so I can add you as a foe? Cheers. Bales Nails, with a space in between. So you should see the profile picture. It's got Rory Laird with like a crown on him. So that's my profile picture. Fresh Prince Oz, starting Parish or Dersma / Carroll. Oh, no, start Parish or Dersma / Carroll. I'm generally considering it. I could do the looping option there, right, if I get Carroll gets a good score. Yeah, you could. I'd loop Dersma and Carroll. I'd just play Parish. Parish has got North Melbourne. He should go better, and if he doesn't, we're trading. BEA, I'm so salty watching Nick. He gets so many kicks off the ground and toe pokes to get an extra 10 to spot a game. The toughest player to watch without owning. He's a literal fantasy pig. Yeah, he'll probably get fantasy pig status at some point, I'd imagine. And Acos speed is breaking by 51. He'll be so expensive next week. Just joined Bean Out, says Will. And then Lee says, thank you. Yeah, the smart play is not to get Nick next week. Like, he's going to be priced over 120. And like, okay, he might average over 120, but I feel like I just have to wait. I just have to hope that he drops an 80 at some point. But it's like, how is he going to just drop multiple scores in a row to not get him? I just don't know I'll be able to get him. Dacos is getting pig status this season. He's averaging 120, says Elizeno. Yeah, he probably will. He probably will. I took him in the thing that's good is I had pick 5 or 6 in the Slider Survivor drum. I took Nick Dacos, so I'm happy with that. So maybe I might be a chance at Slider Survivor this year. We'll have to see. So, but yeah, I think that'll probably do us for the watch on note. As always, thanks to all legends in the chat that get in and keep the chat flowing throughout the game. Still got lost a bit tonight because there's so much chats, but I hope I got to all the questions. Appreciate everyone. Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll do a watch on tomorrow night. I might do one for North Melbourne Essendon. Maybe. At this stage, I won't, but we'll see how I feel tomorrow. I might do one. I normally just try and do one. I don't want to burn myself out just yet with fantasy, just because we're only a couple of weeks in, right? And obviously, I'm do stuff every day, so I maybe just want tomorrow off just to relax, because we'll obviously be live Sunday again. So we'll see how I go. We might keep an eye on the socials, BAILSDT on X, AFL Fantasy Fans on X if I do one, and we might do one. We'll see. We'll see how everything's going. But I'll tweet out a couple hours before we if we do one. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like on the stream. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're up to 25. No, so 25. We just passed 2540. So we're 460 subscribers away from 5K, which is a massive goal. So if you guys can help us reach that, it'd be very much appreciated. Thanks for watching on BAILSDT. Thank you, mate. ZH says, thanks, Bales. Thank you, mate. BDA, I went Holmes instead of Dacos this week to try and get unique, but lost 30 points. Oh, Holmes is good. I think you'll be fine with Holmes. Tron Trips, thanks, mate. Early morning watch along for the Porco 170, surely. No, I don't think I can get up that early to watch along, to be fair. But and plus, I'll be watching the F1 practice and qualifying during the day tomorrow, and then watching the footy as well. So I won't be able to do a watch on then. But yeah, maybe tomorrow night we'll have to have a look. Ethan Peacock, Goat Bars, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Fresh Prince, I was on you, mate. Good stuff. Thanks, mate. And BDA says, thanks, Bars. Thank you, guys. Very much appreciate all the kind words there. But yep, that'll do us. If you do want guaranteed answers to your AFL fantasy questions, or just want to maybe do a little bit extra to help support the channel and get some bonus content every single week, and get maybe a team review if you want to check out Super Fanatics tier on Patreon. Patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics if you want to head over there and sign up. And plenty more content in there to come. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Good luck for this weekend. Hopefully we go through this weekend and we can just be able to do fix-up trades without having injuries to half our team. That's what I'm hoping for all of us, because it's been brutal the start of the year. So hopefully we can get some little bit of respite moving forward. But enjoy the football for the rest of the weekend. Good luck this week. And we'll chat to you guys maybe tomorrow for Watchalong if we're up to it. But if not, yes, touch wood. Yep. This is a wooden desk, so touch wood. But if not, we'll chat to you guys on Sunday night for our round review. The last game is on at 3:15 Eastern, I think. So, what's that? Yeah, 3:15 Eastern. So that'll finish at around 6 p.m. Eastern. So we might go live at 5:30. So 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Perth time potentially for our round review. Or we might do 7, which is what we used to do back in the day. So we'll see. But we'll let you guys know when we'll go live there Sunday. But we'll be live after the last game at some point there. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks, everyone. See ya.